1, fight!
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Tournament Fights. This is episode number 37 coming at you. This is our kind of Valentine's Day, our Valentine's Day Rom-Com 3-part series of Tournament Fights. And it's a little post Valentine's Day, but we filmed on Tuesday, so we figured this was as close as we could get it to Valentine's Day. And I'm excited for this one. This one's going to be a fun one. I haven't really watched rom-coms for a while. I mean, for probably a lot of guys, it's maybe not their favorite. Some do like them, but I did try really hard. I reached out to like 15 different females to try and get a female perspective, but I mean, to no avail. People are busy. It's a busy time of year for a lot of online personalities and stuff. So we have what we have. So, but if you're ever wondering what rom-coms guys are into, and if you're dating someone and want to know the ones they might prefer more, you can get a kind of a feel for that here. And also shout out to any of the rom-coms that did not make the list. My brother Trent who messaged me before the episode, he said to include Wall-E because he knows so much that I love that movie. Not but yeah, that's a sort of rom-com. But anyways, we'll go ahead and we'll introduce our panel for tonight. First up, we got my co-host, Austin Pez. How's it going?
Well, it's post-Valentine's Day, and who better to talk about a bunch of rom-coms than a bunch of dudes?
Yeah,
so that's
right?
what we're going to do tonight.
Oh, yeah.
And see what we prefer. Yeah, well, at least I got my half-price Reese's Hearts today at my store, so there you go.
Nice. Yeah, it's the best day to hit up all those like clearance and discount for the Valentine's candy. Yep.
I work at one, and the dude was marking them down this morning, so I picked up some on the way out from work this morning. So there you go.
Nice. Yeah, and also joining us, we have Malcolm Lay. How's it going?
It's going good. I actually really do love a lot of rom-coms, and
nice.
And I'm pretty sure it's going to be someone on this lot that I don't consider to be rom-coms personally, but I will explain that if it comes up.
There's a couple of them for me too that I kind of thought about it, and a couple that I gave a rewatch to, and I was like, you know what, like maybe this isn't totally a rom-com, but yeah, we'll get around to those when they come. And there is some of these on the list I will say that I actually really do love. They're like really great movies. So it's not like I don't like rom-coms. I mean it's like probably like me and probably I would imagine some other guys maybe like one of their least favorite genres, but there are some great ones in there, so for sure. So but we also have joining us, we have Steven Shepard. How's it going?
It's going well. It's not my favorite genre, but it's not my least favorite genre either. There's plenty of the I saw the list, and there's plenty here that I like a lot, actually.
Yeah. So I'm gonna look forward to talking about some of those. And
although, yeah, there is one movie in particular on this list that's not a comedy, so there will be that.
Yeah, we can kind of talk about it. There's some romance ones that are maybe borderline comedy, and then maybe some comedies that are kind of borderline if the romance is even there. So we can kind of talk about those. So, but and we also have last but not least, we have Richie Goodacre. How's it going?
What is up, man? I'm happy to partake in this sausage party.
Is the movie Sausage Party on this list?
Yeah, right.
Technically, something in one. And look, I got a new cam, so you can only really see my the top half of it. It's my most sexy half, so that's good.
Nice.
That's right. We can see every detail in high definition. Yes, all the way. There you go.
Yeah, right. If you get one of those high def cams, you can see all the little pores and pimples on your face. You know, all that stuff. All right. Yeah. I think there's some kind of Family Guy joke where they would like show what something looks in HD like Peter sees it, and he's like, ah, like it like shows it like way too much detail.
It's
Yeah.
no coincidence that back around 2005 or 2006, when everything switched to HD, all the big shows on television, that's when all the celebrities started getting extra plastic surgery, and they all
Yeah,
had a
right.
transformation. So yeah, there's no point there, I think.
Yeah, well, I guess those guys from Down Under got us beat on the camera game because Malcolm got a new camera recently and it's looking good. So and Richie, so yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Eventually, I plan to get a new one, but I'm saving up for like a whole new setup, new mic, new camera, new everything. So that's coming. But I want to drop some decent money all at once. So I'm gonna wait. But anyways, yeah, we can get into this thing. Austin, if you kind of want to explain how it's gonna work, and I'll bring up the tournament bracket.
Yeah, well, everybody on the panel tonight is a regular of the channel, obviously, so you guys all know how it works. But we got 5 people here tonight. We threw, and like Jordan said, this is actually going to be, well, technically a 3-parter, but really a 2-parter as far as the movies go. We actually have 128 rom-coms because there's just so darn many. But we took 64 of them, half of them, and threw them in the randomized bracket here tonight. So if there's something you're watching and it doesn't show up on this episode, fear not, it's probably on the next episode. So keep that in mind, that not all of them will be on this episode, but we threw them into the randomizer, and we're going to be voting on here until we find a winner for this one. But the votes rotate every round, so we'll start with Richie and go up the ladder, and then the next fight we'll start with Steven and go up the ladder, etc., etc. And we'll take we'll save the 16 from this episode and 16 from the next one, and put the 32 in there. But we'll also put the Elite 8 from this episode into the bracket as we usually do, and let people vote on those as well. So that's how it's going to work.
Yeah. So if you don't see your favorite on here, or you see one that we might have missed, fear not, because it's probably going to be on our next episode. So yeah, it'll show up. So, but so we can go ahead and jump into it. So we'll start at the bottom of the ladder as usual. So Richie, you'll be up first, and I'll go ahead and reveal our first matchup here. So you've got Mail versus Never Been Kissed up first. So which one you want to go for?
Well, I just want to point out that if you go through the episodes, I think like about 90% of the time I'm right at the bottom. I mean, I'm always at the spot.
Right.
But it's fun. But this has
that's because tough. Richie, you're first in our hearts, so we let you go first.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. Yeah, it's all about love.
Your check's in the mail for that compliment. Thanks.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, speaking of mail,
I got mail.
Yeah, this is pretty tough. Never Been Kissed is a decent movie. I think it's really, it's, and I had really big crush on Drew Barrymore, and I think it's a pretty decent movie. You Got Mail is also a classic as well. I think I know where it's going to go, but I'll go Never Been Kissed.
Yeah, sounds good. Steven, what do you think?
You've Got Mail is actually my favorite of the 3 movies that Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan have done together. I do like Never Been Kissed too. I'm almost tempted to go with Never Been Kissed just because it's got Michael Vartan from Alias in it, but this is actually, I think, one of the things he did before Alias. But I'm gonna go with You've Got Mail. I think it's just, of the 2, it's they're both pretty solid, but You've Got Mail is the one that I enjoy more. So.
And former WCW champion David Arquette. Put some perspective.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and also You've Got Mail. I forget the like. It's kind of like almost like a remake of the older movie. I always forget which one it is. But if anyone knows,
The Shop Around the Corner.
Yeah, Shop Around the Corner. That's it. Yep. Yeah, so got that. But Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen both of these. I've actually been meaning to get around to actually rewatching these recently, actually. But I remember really loving Never Been Kissed, so I'm going to go with that. And I've heard from a lot of people in the space that The Shop Around the Corner is actually much better than You've Got Mail, so
Okay.
Never Been Kissed is what I'm going for.
We'll have to check it out sometime for sure. but Austin, what do you think?
Yeah, You've Got Mail's okay. I think there's another Hanks and Ryan movie that's a little bit better. I don't know if it's in this tournament or the other one. Everybody probably knows what I'm thinking of, but yeah.
Yep.
And Never Been Kissed, like, has one of my most unintentionally hilarious moments I ever saw in the theater when she's doing the countdown thing at the game and it gets to 0 and nobody shows up, and I laughed out loud in the theater. I don't know why. I just laughed hysterically. I think it was just unintentionally hilarious. I don't know why. I was just being mean that night, but I laughed.
You just picture that, so, like you being like the only one in the theater laughing hysterically.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll go Never Been Kissed because it gave me a good laugh.
Yeah. Well, I'll give some love to Josie Grossi from Never Been Kissed. Yeah, like these are both two rom-coms that I actually really like a lot. I feel like You've Got Mail, it just seems a little dated because they're doing email and then the whole AOL thing. It's not really like a big thing anymore. It's still around, but yeah, you don't really hear that You've Got Mail or whatever anymore. So I think that Never Been Kissed just to me holds up a little better. So I'll go with Never Been Kissed.
All right. Well, it's 4-1 for Never Been Kissed and Drew Barrymore.
All right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Something of a prize our first upset.
So
yeah.
I don't think I wouldn't be able to keep up a relationship with email these days. Like I've got like about 10,000 messages in my inbox. I just have no idea.
Same.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like all spam. We usually have to go until usually after about 5-10 years the mailbox reaches an actual point where it completely fills up, and then I just delete the email and start a new one. So yeah. But yeah, that'll do it for that one. Next up we have Breakfast at Tiffany's going up against Some Like It Hot. So we got a classic matchup here. So
yeah,
something from the 50s. So
all right,
we'll see what
Steven.
you guys think. Yes, Steven.
So I haven't seen Breakfast at Tiffany's. I saw Some Like It Hot a long time ago, and I didn't hate it or anything. I just didn't think it was all that funny.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't find the Mickey Rooney stuff at the beginning utterly hilarious? Doing the Oriental stereotypes at the beginning for 10 minutes, bumbling and fumbling around. You didn't find that funny?
Isn't that Breakfast at Tiffany's?
Yeah. Saying Breakfast at Tiffany's.
No. Some Like It Hot is the one that I have seen that I didn't think was all
okay.
I'll go with Some Like It Hot since I've seen it.
Sure. Sounds good. Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen Some Like It Hot, and I mean, I've heard it's good, but Breakfast at Tiffany's is great. Like, while there is some really this is not aged well, there's some sort of dated things in here, and but Breakfast at Tiffany's is still a great movie, and Audrey Hepburn is great in just about all of her rom-com roles. So go Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Yeah, sounds good. Austin?
Yeah, I've seen both of them. I actually really like Some Like It Hot. I got to see it on the big screen at a classic screening, and I had a lot of fun with it. I mean, Marilyn Monroe, is easy on the eyes, and Tony Curtis and Jack Lemmon have really good chemistry. Like I think they're pretty funny for what they're doing, and it's got one of the great closing scenes of all time when Tony Curtis is on the boat, with the dude, saying, nobody's perfect, we'll make it work, that stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's a great closing scene. So I'll go Some Like It Hot.
Yeah. So, I have not seen Breakfast at Tiffany's. It's one on my watches. I definitely want to watch this one before I watch the remake and watch it in that order. But because I haven't seen either one. But actually, just watched Some Like It Hot this morning, and right before we went live, because I wasn't able to get to the very ending, but I saw the ending scene literally like probably about 20 minutes before we went live. I just had it playing in the background, so that's pretty good. I thought that Jack Lemmon and Tony Curtis had great chemistry, and there were some parts where I even laughed out loud a little bit, like the scene where you have Tony Curtis out with Marilyn Monroe on the boat, and they're making out, and he keeps playing it off, but then you cut to Jack Lemmon, and like he's with the other like rich millionaire old guy, and like dancing and just dancing and dancing and dancing like with reckless abandonment, just like dancing the night away. Actually, kind of having fun. So yeah, it made me laugh a little bit seeing that. So, and also, I will say that Marilyn Monroe's got to be one of the most timeless beauties, like anyone that ever lived. Like she's just like very attractive, and yeah, like even in black and white. So, yeah, I'm gonna vote Some Like It Hot. So.
Richard?
So I said, what about Bricks at Tiffany's? I said,
I think I remember the film. I think we both kind of liked it.
I said, I think I prefer Some Like It Hot. So Some Like It Hot.
Okay. Yeah, right. Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah. Well, Some Like It Hot it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, makes sense. Yeah. But I've heard about that kind of scene with the guy like dressed up as an Asian or whatever at the beginning of Breakfast.
It's Mickey Rooney dressed up as an Asian.
Yeah.
It's horrible. It's like the old cartoons. He's got like fake teeth and like the glasses and like it's
really?
Just watch that scene on YouTube. Like you can find it on YouTube. It's really, really bad. It's not a good way to start that movie. Yeah.
Well, is it as bad as John Wayne playing Genghis Khan going like, all right.
No, not quite, but it's pretty bad. They're both pretty bad.
I just killed some people, Pilgrim. But he's like just as Genghis Khan. Yeah.
Is it as bad as
Fu Manchu mustache?
Is it as bad as Rob Schneider playing an Asian guy and now pronouncing Chuck and Ladder?
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, Rob Schneider can play any ethnicity, sir. I beg to differ. I'm okay with that.
So was that a clean sweep?
Yeah.
Not quite. There was one for Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But next we have Made in Manhattan going up against 2 Weeks Notice. So, and it's Malcolm first. So, what are you gonna vote for?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen 2 Weeks Notice. I do like it, but Made in Manhattan is great. Like J-Lo has been in a lot of great romantic comedies, especially one that's out now from what I've heard. So I'm gonna go Made with Manhattan.
Yeah. I'm Austin. What do you think?
Man, look, yeah, two 2002 rom-coms that are both kind of really, really meh. Although, if I had to pick between the two, I think I'd rather watch Sandra Bullock and Hugh Grant. I think they have better chemistry and just they're a little more fun to watch. J-Lo, that was still her in time when I don't think she was the greatest of actresses, and she was kind of struggling still. So I'll go 2 weeks notice on this one. Yeah,
for me, like a little bit of a hot take, maybe. I mean, I don't know if it's too hot of a take, but I'm not a big fan of Jennifer Lopez as an actress. The only movie I've ever liked her in was Selena, and other than that, I don't care for her as an actress. I just don't think
not
she's
even
really very good.
Not even Out of Sight.
No, like I just think that like that movie's good, but just her, it just she's just not the greatest actress.
You should watch Kevin Smith's film Jersey Girl. She dies in the first 10 minutes. Have fun with that one.
Oh, there you go. We'll say though that she's a fantastic singer and she's very, very attractive. She just for me, I don't think she's the greatest actress, but so for that reason, I have never seen Made in Manhattan. I didn't rush out to go see this J-Lo movie, nor am I going to rush out to see the one that's in theaters because I've actually heard that I forget the name of the one that's in theaters, but Marry Me.
Marry Me with Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
It's on Peacock as well. Yes.
But I have heard, though, that's getting pretty decent reviews. It's just not a Jordan movie, so it's not for me, but it probably is good. One that a lot of people have recommended to other people who are into that kind of thing. So yeah, but yeah, I'm going to vote for 2 Weeks Notice. I am also not a big Hugh Grant fan either, but I'm a big Sandra Bullock fan. But I think Hugh Grant's fine though. Like he's all right. So I mean, I'll vote 2 weeks notice. So, but Richie?
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of J-Lo in a lot of comedy, romantic comedy. I think she did what she did the best she could at the time. But yeah, she's a better actress. Like I think she's a better actress now. I just think it was just one of those things where she would take one of those take what you can get roles. Like, but yeah, most of the roles that she was getting aren't great in films. Like I'm sure there's another movie that will come up soon. That's probably worse than Made in Manhattan. It's fine. It's not offensively bad, but yeah, and 2 weeks notice is also very sort of forgettable, I guess. But I prefer to watch 2 weeks notice. I think there's stuff in there that like Hugh Grant he works in romantic comedies for some reason. So I'll go 2 weeks notice. And also just a side note that Marry Me, but besides J-Lo and Owen Wilson, it's actually got a decent like side cast. You got Sarah Silverman, I think Jamil Jamil's in there from A Good Place. So I don't know, check that out. I want to check that out.
I was gonna say now I'm losing my oh yeah, I was gonna say that so for the J-Lo movies, I was only able to include like the 2, I think maybe 3 best ones, but like things like What to Expect When You're Expecting, and some of those ones they're not on the list. So, so yeah.
Did you include the rom-com classic? What is it? Domestic Disturbance? Did we include that?
Domestic Disturbance. Yeah.
Yeah. What a great rom-com.
Yeah.
Or Enough, whatever the hell it is, where she's getting her ass kicked the whole time. Is that a great rom-com?
No.
The Boy Next Door, is it? The Boy Next Door.
Oh yeah, what a horrible movie.
Oh, yeah.
That's a horribly bad, funny, hilarious movie.
That one sadly.
Enough was bad.
Shucks, it didn't make the list. Sorry, guys. but
it's a barrel.
Yeah, right. But Steven, what do you think?
Same here.
So I actually like both of these, and I'm actually the opposite of Jordan in that I don't care for her music, but I actually think she's a pretty decent, solid actress most of the time. And Made in Manhattan, worked for me. I thought Ralph Fiennes is actually quite charming and dashing in the movie, and J-Lo's decent. But I do slightly prefer 2 weeks notice. I think it was a funny movie, and I like those two together. So I'll go with 2 weeks notice.
All right.
Yeah, sounds good. Well,
it's 2 weeks notice.
I never heard someone else refer to some. I never heard a guy refer to another guy as dashing. I think it's. I'm not criticizing. It's just
the word people use.
Yeah,
I'm afraid you never think that you hear a fellow male utter.
He's too old. He's too old now, but back in the '90s, he would have been a good James Bond.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't be mad about that. I mean,
more in the Roger Moore style than the Sean Connery style, but yeah, sure.
Yeah. But up next though, we have Easy A going up against Sabrina. So the original Sabrina.
Right.
So and it's Austin first. So.
Yeah. I mean, Sabrina's probably the better movie overall, objectively, but Easy A I have a lot more fun with, and I laugh a lot more, and I really like Emma Stone. That's one of her kind of breakout roles. It was like that in Zombieland that really kind of made me become a fan of her around that time. So just personal preference, but I'll go with Easy A.
Yeah, and I have not seen Sabrina, so I can't really comment on Sabrina. But I mean, Easy A is good. Like it's not one of the first ones I think of when I think of a rom-com, but Emma Stone's great in it, and there's kind of like a weird performance from Amanda Bynes in that movie where she doesn't even really look like herself. Kind of, I don't know if she had plastic surgery, like what happened there, but yeah,
drugs.
But yeah, right, lots of drugs. but yeah, since I haven't seen Sabrina, and I really like Emma Stone pretty much in almost anything that she does, so I'll vote Easy A. Yeah. What, Richie?
Yeah, Spring is really good, but yeah, Easy A is actually surprised me. It proved that it was proof that Emma Stone could be a great lead. And yeah, it's sort of a retelling of the Scarlet Letter. Or it's pretty fun. He's got really good, great charisma, and yeah, good side performances like by Lisa Kudrow as well. But I'd go Easy A, but Sabrina's a good movie.
Yeah, sounds good. Steven, what do you think?
I haven't seen the original Sabrina. I did see the remake with Harrison Ford and Julia Ormond and Greg Kinnear. But I don't know. So obviously, I can't say for this movie. I know the remake was more of a drama, romantic drama, than a comedy. But I haven't seen. But Easy A, I'll probably go with that because that probably looked like it could be a lot of fun, and I do like Emma Stone a lot too.
Yeah, sounds good. Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, I finally saw the original Sabrina this year. Because everyone was urging me to watch it because I was in the tournament that's still going on. On the Take 3 Facebook page. Easy A is good, but Sabrina is amazing, and I would have gone Sabrina.
Yeah, one that's higher on my list as far as classic movies go. When I saw the poster, I even forgot Humphrey Bogart was even in this movie. So yeah. But Austin, what do you think?
Nope, I already voted. I already said Easy.
Oh yeah, that's right. So that's it. So Easy A. Yeah. Well, next we got 500 Days of Summer going up against Bridget Jones's Diary. So I guess I'm up first.
Yep.
So I am not a huge Renee Zellweger fan. I'll just say that. I do like her in like Me, Myself, and Irene, maybe, but like I don't like her in like
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The Next Generation. She's great.
Yeah, she actually is great in that one. So yeah, I do like her.
I was being sarcastic.
No, like I actually like I'm one of the weird ones that prefers that over the original because I have a hot take on the original. But anyways, I won't get into that here. But so yeah, and also I don't really care for the Bridget Jones's Diary series. I don't know how it got 3 because I thought the first 2 were not that great in my opinion. But 500 Days of Summer. I mean, you can see from my screen name that this might be my favorite rom-com on this list. There's an argument to be made that like maybe doesn't have a whole lot of comedy in it, but I think that it has enough comedy from like Joseph Gordon-Levitt and his best friend. I forget the actor's name, but he's been in a few things, and yeah, there's enough for it to be considered a rom-com, I think. So I would go with 500 Days of Summer. I've probably seen the movie at least like 20 times. So yeah, gotta vote for that. But Richie, what do you think?
Hugh Grant's going to pop up in this list a lot, isn't he? He's just going to every second movie.
It's like all he did for like 10 years. Yeah.
But yeah, I just because I think like Britain like does romantic comedies very well. That's very I think a lot of it's really charming. And there's just some sort of that they sort of just like it's just for some reason I just find it more like charming and watchable. Yeah, I don't know. I don't fully consider like 500 as some like a full romantic comedy necessarily. I understand what's there. Yeah, it's a good movie. Probably out of the two, it's probably a good movie. I don't know. I just think I really do like Bridget Jones's Diary, so I'm gonna go that.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good. Steven, what do you think?
Renee Zellweger, she's done a couple of movies that fit this genre that I love. Although the one that's probably my favorite isn't on this list, so I don't know. Maybe it's hopefully in part 2. Because it's a Jerry Maguire.
Okay. Yeah.
But I'll go with 500 Days of Summer.
Yeah, sounds good. Malcolm, what do you think?
I love 500 Days of Summer, but it's to me it's more of just a pure romance movie because there really is nothing I really laugh at in the movie for it to be a rom-com. And I really, really love Bridget Jones' Diary, so it's easy for me, Bridget Jones' Diary.
Yeah, sounds good. Austin, what do you think?
This is probably the toughest one so far. I like both of these movies actually. I don't love the Bridget Jones series as a whole, but I think the first one is really fun and really charming. And I like 500 Days too, but yeah, it's not as funny. It's a little more depressing for the most part. But you know, I think for the purposes of this, I'm going to go with Bridget Jones. I actually think that movie's kind of underrated, so I'm going to go with that.
Yeah. So my favorite
Mhm.
one out in the first round. But that's right.
Sorry, Jordan.
Take that.
I
Sorry,
gotta change my
Jordan.
username to like Spite
Mhm.
Bridget
Jordan
Jones.
500 tears.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
500
Yeah,
tears of
yeah,
Valentine's Day, Jordan.
yeah. But next up, we got the Princess Bride going up against Groundhog Day. So it's kind of tough. So
Mm.
and we're back on to Richie.
Richie?
So what do you
Yeah,
think?
I forget like that. Like I don't really consider like I guess it is technically. I don't really consider Groundhog Day a comedy. It's just more like the obviously there's a romance, like there's a sort of a romance thing there, but it's not like not the center of the plot. The center of the plot is like the time loop thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just I guess the same reason that we like Bridget Jones' Diary get through. I think the more traditional, I mean, the more romantic comedy is probably Princess Bride. So I'd go that.
Yeah, sounds good. Steven, what do you think?
Groundhog Day easily. I like The Princess Bride, but I love Groundhog Day.
Yeah, they're both classics. So, Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, this is another one. I'm unfortunately here. Like, I like Groundhog Day. It's great, but it to me it is more comedy than rom-com. And if you look on IMDb, it does say comedy, drama, fantasy as its main three
Uh,
genres on it. So I'm gonna go Princess Bride.
yeah. Well, Austin, what do
Well,
you
it's
think?
funny because on IMDb, Princess Bride says adventure, family, fantasy, romance, and not comedy. Huh.
Oh,
Okay. Hmm.
interesting.
Even though some
I
people
mean, it
think
is
it's funny.
funny, I think.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know. I'm saying I
they're
disagree
both
with
funny.
IMDb
I think.
sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, no. Wallace Shawn is like one of the funniest characters ever in that movie. Like he's fucking great.
Yeah.
And Billy Crystal's good too. But no, I mean, yeah, I like Groundhog's Day a lot. I do. I think it's like I like Princess Bride. I don't understand the sentiment that it's like one of the greatest movies of all time. Like I think it's a little overhyped sometimes as far as being like the greatest thing ever. I think a lot of people saw it when they were kids and think it's like the greatest shit ever, like the Goonies. It's like let's back off that just a tad, okay? It's good, but Jesus Christ, it's not like top 100 greatest movies of all time. Like
That's
let's
funny.
settle that shit down. But yeah, but for the purposes of this list, I do think it's more of a sweeping kind of romance with comedy more so than Groundhog Day. So I'll go Princess Bride.
Yeah. Well, I do think Princess Bride's one of the greatest rom coms, and it's definitely a rom com. I mean, I'm not going to put up there and it's like, well, actually, no. The Princess Bride actually is my top 64, so I put it up there with like one of the greatest movies of all time. So yeah, like I do love the Princess Bride. Like it's a great movie, and Groundhog Day is great, and so like this one is pretty tough for me because these are like two really solid movies. But I think I just gotta go with the Princess Bride, just simply for like a really great love story. That was kind of like me and my ex-wife's kind of thing was the Princess Bride. We had stuff all over our apartment, and we said the whole "As You Wish." We did all that cheesy stuff. So, so yeah, I got to go with the Princess Bride. I think on this one. So,
All right,
but,
4-1.
all right, so Princess Bride. Moving on, and we got My Best Friend's Wedding. Another Julie Roberts going up against P.S. I Love You.
Yes. Okay.
So,
Steven.
Steven.
Well, My Best Friend's Wedding is probably my top five, for sure, top five rom-coms. I haven't seen P.S. I Love You, but based on the trailer, it didn't really look like a comedy.
Maybe it's not because Google just says romance/drama, but
Yeah. But yeah, I'll go with My Best Friend's Wedding. I love that movie.
Yeah.
Favorite Julia Roberts movie too. Well,
Not.
between one or two.
Yeah. Nice. Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, P.S. I Love You is definitely on that fine line of rom-com and rom-drama. I mean, it definitely does have comedic moments in it, for sure. Um, I actually saw My Best Friend's Wedding for the first time last year. I think it was but and it's fine. But I'm a sucker for P.S. I Love You, so I'm gonna go P.S. I Love You.
Sure. Yeah. Sounds good. Austin, what do you think?
I think My Best Friend's Wedding's kind of got some creepy undertones, honestly.
Yeah.
Like there's some really weird shit going on in that movie. That weirded me out. Like when I first saw it. I don't. I'm not crazy about either one of these movies, but I'll just give some love to Gerard Butler. Why not? He did a weird romance movie right in the middle of his action run, and it's interesting.
Yeah, right.
So I'll go, yes, I love you.
Yeah,
It's actually not his only rom-com that he's done.
Well, I know he did that. The other one where he's like the guy host or whatever the fuck that name.
He did a few. He did the bounty hunt, the bounty hunter. He did.
Yeah.
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 Ugly Truth.
Well, I have not seen either one of these. These are two blind spots that I've not gotten around to, and so I'm just gonna vote based on which one seems more interesting that I'd like to see more, and it's probably gonna be My Best Friend's Wedding. Like, it just seems like it just has a little more like my style of entertainment, a little more comedy. Like, just the story seems more interesting versus just like a straight up romance movie with not a lot of comedy. So I'll go My Best Friend's Wedding.
Yeah, if this was like just best romance movies, I think Because I Love You would have a better shot with me. But it's rom-coms, and Best Friend when it is labeled rom-com. Whether it's funny or not, it's up to interpretation. But I had fun with this, and Julia Roberts is great in it. Dylan Mulroney, Dylan McDermott, guy, good. I think it's good. And Cameron Diaz is all right too, but in a small role. But so I'll go My Best Friend's Wedding.
Yeah. Well, something. My Best Friend's Wedding it is.
And to be fair, if you hyperanalyze every rom-com, you're bound to find ones that have creepy moments in it.
There's stuff where they're like sucking rings off of fingers, and like she's really narcissistic. Like it's a weird movie. When you start to think about it, like it's very strange.
I like the fact that she's not always the most likable of people because she's trying to break up the wedding from happening.
Yeah.
And there's weird stuff where like they're all friends, but it's like, oh, by the way, I'm getting married in like 4 days. Like, wouldn't you know that well in advance that like somebody's getting married? I don't know. Like, there's weird things in that movie that just like don't make sense in like movie logic. I don't know.
Over people who haven't seen this list. Who do you think will make more appearances, Hugh Grant or Julia Roberts?
Julia Roberts, yeah. Hugh Grant.
They're in my house.
Well, if people in the chat seem to not really be big fans of PS I Love You, like we got Jennifer saying that's depressing. Then we got April saying that she doesn't like it.
Yeah.
And then
it didn't win, so
Ryan
there you go.
It's a drama. Yeah. Okay. But anyways, but we have Something's Gotta Give up next, going up against Princess Diaries. So.
All right.
Which might be the only G-rated rom-com on the list, but with the Princess Diaries. But is it Malcolm first?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you think?
Every time I look at the post for Something's Gotta Give, I see Jack and Diane on the top. Is like I automatically think of the song by John Graham.
Yeah, right. Yeah. His little story about Jack and Diane. Yeah.
But that being said, I do like Something's Gotta Give. I haven't. It's one of those ones I haven't seen in ages. I've been meaning to sort of get round to it eventually. Again, Princess Diaries is kind of one of those movies I actually watch on a regular rotation.
Oh, nice.
But that being said, I do love Princess Diaries, but it's one of those ones that the plot itself, like the romance element, is understated. But I'm probably still going to vote for it as well. So I'm going to go Princess Diaries. So.
Yeah, sounds good. Austin, what do you think?
This one's fairly easy for me. I really like Something's Got to Give. I saw it in the theater just kind of on a whim, just because Jack Nicholson was in it, and like I really like this movie. Going into it, I didn't know Keanu Reeves was in it. And then I saw it, and I was like, oh shit, Keanu Reeves is in it. Like, and he's pretty cool. He's like this young doctor and stuff. Like he's awesome. Like John Favreau's in it in like a little part, and like Frances McDormand's in it. Like it's got a nice little like side cast, and it's really funny and really charming. So I'm a big fan of Something's Got to Give. So I'm definitely giving that one my vote.
Yeah. Well, when you grow up in a Mormon household, these rom-coms that are G-rated are on heavy rotation. So it's like we watched this movie in my house way too many times, and also like people that I knew from my church had it on at their houses too, and I'm just like got sick of it like pretty quick, and like I like Anne Hathaway and certain things, but there's certain things where I just can't stand her too. Like it really it just depends. She's kind of polarizing for me, but I've never seen Something's Got to Give, but just because I'm so sick of seeing Princess Diaries 1,000 times and I don't really care that much for it, I'm gonna go Something's Got to Give. So yeah.
Yeah, Princess Diaries is not really it's not really a me movie, but like I actually didn't mind it. It's just like I think I was begrudgingly watching it. Like it was I think my friend's kid had it on, and I was like I'll stick around. And I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it, but like it's not something I would like probably just watch at home alone just to kill 90 minutes. But Something's Got to Give those is actually very in a way I think it's underappreciated. It's a very good like telling movie. The supporting cast is great, and I actually want to watch it again. I might watch it after this.
It's really good. It's a lot of fun.
Something's Got to Give. Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah. Well, Steven, what do you think?
Yeah, so the Princess Diaries was better than I thought it was gonna be. It's cute. But I actually am a pretty big fan of Nancy Meyers. I think she's actually a really good director. This isn't going to be the only movie she has here. But so I will give it to Something's Got to Give for sure.
Yeah. Sounds good. So it sounds like Something's Got to Give.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Yeah. So next we got another one with Julie Roberts.
Oh man, it would have been
Runaway Bride versus My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
It would have been good if it was going against Pretty Woman.
Yeah, right.
Or if it was my best friend's wedding versus My Big Fat Greek Wedding, two wedding movies against each other.
Or My Best Friend's Wedding versus Runaway Bride.
Yeah, I know it's Runaway Bride. Yeah, like
I
was saying, but
no, Runaway Bride versus Bride Wars.
Yeah. Right. What do you think, Austin?
This one's easy for me. My Big Fat Greek Wedding's in my top 64. I worked at a theater when this movie came out, watched it a whole lot, fell in love with it. Like I think the whole family is great. A lot of really great character performances, and I think it's really, really funny and it's really charming. So this one's very, very easy for me. I'm going to go Big Fat Greek Wedding by a long, pretty big margin here.
Yeah, when I went to go see My Big Fat Greek Wedding, I actually saw it in theaters when it came out. I went in with kind of high expectations, and because like the reviews were really solid for it, and like I was kind of just like I thought that it was okay. Like I didn't hate it, but didn't love it either. Like probably like it's mostly like a culture thing. It's just hard to kind of like relate to that whole culture because it's not something that I totally understand. But it was fun to kind of get an inside look into it. So I mean, like it was a fine movie. I've never seen Runaway Bride, so I really can't vote for it. But So I'm gonna vote for My Big Fat Greek Wedding. So
Yeah.
Richie.
I mean, if you thought My Big Fat Greek Wedding was just okay, watch the second one, and this will be a fucking masterpiece.
Yeah, trust me. It's like a fucking
Uh,
Oscar-winning classic of all classics.
Really?
Yeah, the second one
Nice.
stinks. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
And it's
so,
funny because it has like all the same people, like literally everything is exactly the same, and somehow
Yeah,
it
it's
sucks.
It
I don't
just
know.
Isn't it My Big
it's just
Fat?
like, oh, we're gonna write a really bad movie now. Okay, fair
Mhm.
Yeah,
enough.
like, isn't My Big Fat Greek Wedding one of the highest grossing independent movies or something like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, because it was Tom Hanks kind of helped finance it. It was made for like $5 million, and the movie made like $200 million. Like it was a
Yeah.
huge, crazy hit for like it was in
It's
theaters
crazy.
for like 6 months or something. I worked in theater. It was in the theater for like 6 months. It was nuts.
Wow.
Like it was that movie made a ton of money. Yeah.
Yeah, like my Big Fat Greek Wedding's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. Yeah, and I think when I say enough of John Corbett, I think he's a good actor. He's an underrated actor.
He's doing Christian
but,
movies now. It's like he does like Pure Flix movies now. That's all he does.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, no, it's really fun. Runaway Bride. It's not a bad movie by any stretch. Like I vaguely remember having a preview copy of this because when my dad owned a video store, we'd get all these preview copies to see what whether he'd put it. He would order it to put it in a shop, and yeah, we had Runaway Bride. And I watched a couple of times. It's decent. But it's largely it's not like a classic or anything, so it's largely forgettable. So Big Fat Greek, it's pretty easy. Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Yeah, sounds good. Steven, what do you think?
So Runaway Bride has a great premise, great concept, and it's the first half is great, but the second half is not as good. And I just the movie just never convinces you why they would fall in love, and the ending is just kind of. So overall, it's not that great of a movie. There's definitely a better movie with those two in it. I have not seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding, but I'll give it a vote since Runaway Bride's not very good.
Sure, yeah, sounds good. Malcolm, what do you think?
I think that Greek women may not be lambs in the kitchen, but they are tigers in the bedroom.
Yeah. There you go.
But yeah, I mean, I love My Big Fat Greek Wedding. This was one that I didn't know I would love when I first saw it, and I actually don't mind the sequel either. But yeah, My Big Fat Greek Wedding is going to be running away with this matchup, so it's getting my vote.
Joey Fatone. There you go.
Yeah, I met Joey Fatone from NSYNC and talked to him about Big Fat Greek Wedding actually in Orlando.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, so My Big Fat Greek Wedding it is. So.
Oh, and if you thought the sequel was bad, try the 10-episode sitcom they did back in like 2004. That was even worse.
Oh yeah,
My Big Fat Greek Life. It was awful.
It's awful. Like they're onto something with Big Fat Greek Wedding, but then they just forgot why it was so popular in the first place.
They just like let's just accentuate like let's just overblow every thing that made it funny. Just fucking hammer it like over your head and like all the stuff that's funny is just the awkward interactions. Like it's not like about them saying crazy things. Like it's just more about like the cult, this culture clash with John Corbett mainly. So yeah, they just I don't know what happened there, but yeah, it's not good. Well, but that movie's good. The original movie's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, next we have Grumpy Old Man up against Pretty in Pink. So,
all right, Jordan.
Into me first. So I have not seen Grumpy Old Men, so I can't really comment on it. But it's one that I do want to check out at some point. Like I just had a phase in my life where like I didn't really watch movies with like older actors, like anyone above like 60. I was like, I don't know, but like that's totally changed now. But like I had like a phase where I only watched like movies that had younger people because I felt like I could relate, I guess. But Pretty in Pink's great though. Like I really like the Asian guy in the movie. I always forget his name. I thought
Long Duck Dong.
Yeah, that's what it was. Long Duck Dong. Yeah, like he's a lot of fun when he's like hanging upside down from the bunk bed and like just like all the crazy interactions and stuff. And this might have been one of the first movies I ever saw boobs in, because it was only rated PG-13, but it had nudity in it. So, but I think that was like back in the day, maybe before they even had an R rating, maybe. But yeah. So I haven't seen it for quite a while, but I do. I probably want to give it a rewatch at some point. Is one of those Molly Ringwald kind of like rom-coms from like back in the 80s. So yeah, I'll put Pretty in Pink actually. I really like it. So yeah.
Well, I'm glad you like Long Duck Dong and 16 Candles, which is not Pretty in Pink.
Oh, is that what he's from? Okay. I've seen both. Like,
but it's easy to get them confused. It's
like
it's two
cast.
Molly Ringwald,
yeah, okay.
like romance, coming of age romance movies from like a year apart. Yeah.
Well, they're essentially like a pretty similar cast. So like I would vote for either one of them because I do like them both. So yeah. But.
Yeah, I don't really consider. I when I think of romantic comedy, I don't really think of Grumpy Old Men. To be honest, I just.
But it is.
It is technically, but it's just like
it's on a lot of lists, so that's why.
It is more of a romantic comedy than a couple others on this list. So it is, but I don't know, like I do like much like I mean I like there's I don't know, Pretty in Pink and 16 Candles just not my thing. I think just on a time where it's like I understand that they're like I can get why they're good movies. It's just not my. I didn't think Breakfast Club was my thing, and then I watched that and it was good. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't. I'm not a massive. I don't know. Grumpy Old Man.
yeah, sure. Well, Steven, what do you think?
So I guess this is where I have to confess. I've only seen like 2 John Hughes movies, and Pretty in Pink isn't one of them. It's been a while since I've seen Grumpy Old Men, but I did enjoy it a lot. And Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon are great together. And you got Anne Margaret's great. So I will go with Grumpy Old Men.
This is the second Jack Lemmon movie on the list so far. So, but Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, I love Grumpy Old Men. It's great, but also it's also one that like I never really thought of as a rom-com, but myself. But I really love Pretty in Pink. And John Cryer is really good in it. And I don't know what else you got here, but it might not be the only John Hughes movies you got on this list. But I'm going to vote Pretty in Pink anyway.
Yeah, the other ones are floating around in here because I get them all confused. All the John Hughes ones that have like this like similar cast. Yeah, but from Austin.
Yeah. I like both these movies, but actually, oddly enough, I think Grumpy Old Men is a really solid rom-com because you got this like love triangle sort of thing, them fighting over Anne Margaret, and all their chemistry between all three of them is really good. And Anne Margaret has a different type of chemistry with both Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon in there, and it's a lot of fun to watch. So, Pretty Pink is not my favorite John Hughes movie, so I'll go with Grumpy Old Men, maybe for the upset.
Yeah. So the votes with Grumpy
3-2 for Grumpy Old Men for the upset, probably. Yeah.
All right, 3-2. All right, sounds good.
Between Mickey Rooney and the Long Duck Dong thing, man, the romantic comedies haven't been really kind to the Asian community.
Asians, right.
I wanted that to make Crazy Rich Asians.
At least Long Duck Dong was actually played by an Asian, though, at least. So you have that, but
yes,
an Asian American, but we got Clueless going up against 13 going on 30. All right, kind of like two like teen sort of like rom-coms. So who's up first now?
Richie.
Richie, yeah.
Is it 13 going on 30 is one of those other weird things where I always talk about Australians got a different title for something. I'm pretty sure in Australia it's called Suddenly 30, which
really?
Well, that kind of makes more sense to what the movie's about than 13 going on 30. I think Suddenly 30 is a more appropriate title because she is suddenly 30. At one point, no.
Yeah, one of these days I'll have to do like an entire tournament with just like foreign posters. Like I have a lot of Australian ones and like all the alternative titles. We can try and guess what they are.
Yeah. I watched Clueless again recently. It's a lot of fun. Obviously, like a modern day sort of retelling of Emma. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Lisa still sounds great. It's a shame that Victoria didn't really. It was supposed to take off after this, and it didn't really. She made excess baggage, and then Batman. I think Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think going 30 is fun as well. But I really do like Clueless and R.I.P. Brittany Murphy. She's good. So.
Yeah, for sure. Steven, what do you think?
So I like Clueless a lot, but I absolutely love 13 Going on 30. In fact, this is probably, I'm sure it's definitely a hot take, but this is of course very similar to the movie Big. I actually like this more, even though I love Big. I actually like this more than Big.
All right.
So I will go with 13 Going on 30.
Yeah. Sounds good. Malcolm, what do you think?
First of all, this is another movie that has a different title over in New Zealand and Australia. Neighbours becomes Bad Neighbours, because I think you're afraid we'll confuse it with the TV show.
The TV show not related at all.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think me and Richie are smart enough to know that Seth Rogen is not in the TV show Neighbours.
Yeah, right. No, definitely not.
But that being said, like 13 Going on 30 or Suddenly 30, I think both titles work for this movie, because it is her birthday at the time. In this, so I think both titles do work. I think they've got the reason for changing the title slightly over here, but that being said, I do really enjoy 13 Going on 30. Clueless, I think, is good. I just don't enjoy it as much. So 13 Going on 30 easily.
Yeah, sounds good. Austin.
Yeah, I generally like both these movies, but oddly enough, I think I like 13 on 30 going a little more. I like Ruffalo in it and Andy Serkis in a non-motion capture live action role, and he's a lot of fun in it. And yeah, I didn't really grow up with Clueless like a lot of people did, so I kind of think it's a tad overrated. Like just personally, like I think it's fun, but a little overrated. So I'll go with 13 to go on 30. I think I get a little more fun out of that, and the thriller dance sequence is a lot of fun. So I'll go with that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like I think both these movies are both pretty solid rom-coms that both have great supporting casts. I mean, like for 13 Going on 30, you obviously have Mark Ruffalo, but then you got Judy Greer, Brie Larson. You mentioned Andy Serkis, so it's pretty solid. And then for Clueless, you got Paul Rudd, you got Breckin Meyer and Donald Faison popping up. So you got pretty decent supporting cast. But I think for me, like I did kind of grow up watching Clueless. I didn't watch it a lot because I'm not huge into rom-coms, but I like Clueless enough. I've probably seen it a good like dozen times before. And 13 Going on 30 is great too. This one's actually like pretty tough for me, but I think by a sliver of a hair, I got to go with Clueless. So, but what are the votes?
13 Going on 30 takes it 3-2. Actually, maybe a little bit of an upset. Clueless going out in the first round. Yeah.
I have no idea.
You got me looking up.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know what exactly you do in it, but I found out when I was like researching Clueless the other day that there's a Clueless video game.
Oh really? Yeah, what do? You just go shopping?
Yeah,
you spend money.
Right.
It's on PC. Yeah. I don't know.
You spend money and you try and win over the affection of your father, right? Yeah,
and of your stepbrother.
Yeah, right. The weird stepbrother stuff. Yeah, but so next we got Failure to Launch going up against Pretty Woman. All right.
Okay.
So Steven.
I actually like both of these. Failure to Launch, I think, is actually underrated and has a great supporting cast because you got Zoe Deschanel and Justin Bartha. I think, honestly, even though I think McConaughey and Parker are fine, I actually thought they were the better couple of the movie. And Bradley Cooper's in it. Terry Bradshaw, I think, is funny, and Kathy Bates is in it. So even though I like Pretty Woman, but I think I'll go with Failure to Launch, actually.
Yeah, sounds good. Malcolm, what do you think?
So talking about people who might appear multiple times in this Rom-Com tournament, Matthew McConaughey is another one.
Yeah, right. Yep.
Yep,
You're gonna pop up multiple times for sure.
But that being said, I thought Matthew McConaughey was all right on Failure to Launch.
Yeah.
But I really love Pretty Woman. Pretty Woman gets my vote easily.
Yeah. Austin.
Yeah. Maybe a hot take. I saw Pretty Woman a couple of years back. It was, as Malcolm would say, it was fine. I didn't really understand like why it was overly amazing. Again, I didn't grow up watching it 8 million times on cable, so that might be part of it.
Yeah.
But I think
cable
most of Matthew McConaughey's rom-coms are actually pretty fun because he's really fucking good in them, and like he's really charming and always likable, and and the supporting cast always good. Like you said, Kathy Bates and Terry Bradshaw are a lot of fun in that movie. So I'm gonna go with maybe the little bit of an upset, but Failure to Launch.
Yeah. So I got a bit of a weird reason why I'm going to vote for what I'm going to vote, but I'm not going to vote for Failure to Launch because you see Terry Bradshaw's naked ass in it, and when I saw that, I'm like, no, I do not need to see that ever again. So I got to go with Pretty Woman, and also I watched Pretty Woman for the first time, I think 2 days ago, and it was great. Like the story kind of like on paper almost seems kind of boring, but like it actually has a lot of heart to it, and like the message that it gets across, kind of like the like a rich guy, like she kind of like charms the rich guy, and they're having more of a heart, and then she's the prostitute with the heart of gold, they kind of work together, and like it's pretty like endearing. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Pretty Woman. So yeah.
That's an NFL Legends naked. That's an NFL Legends naked set. Thank you very
much.
Right?
Right.
Put some respect on those things.
I do not need to see. Yeah.
It's better than seeing Kathy Bates' naked ass in a jacuzzi in About Schmidt. I'm sure. I don't know if that's on this list, but that's worse. I'd rather see Terry Bradshaw's ass.
That did not make the list. That one, sorry.
Okay, yeah. I remember Failure to Launch getting a lot of like shit from critics when it came out, and I watched it and I don't get it. I think Failure to Launch was really fun. Mm-hmm. I think Terry Bradshaw steals this movie. He's really good. I think Matthew McConaughey, he became at this point in time he was a guy you don't take seriously as an actor because he always just in romantic comedies, but he's good in the movies. So so I understand why he kept doing these things. A lot of them are successful, so why not? Pretty Woman, probably my blind spot. Haven't seen it yet, so.
Okay.
Oh wow.
So okay. Failure to Launch.
Well, man, maybe with Failure to Launch. Yeah, man, Pretty Woman getting knocked out in the first round.
Julia Roberts, though, I will say, might be the most attractive she's ever been in Pretty Woman. She's very attractive. So
also insane that Jordan didn't pick the right poster for Failure to Launch. I mean, it's still the same movie, but there's another poster which has Matthew McConaughey leaning, and if you look at How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, he was also leaning in that poster.
Oh, nice.
He leans a lot.
Right. Well, a lot of these rom-coms kind of have a lot of generic things. I mean, look at Pretty Woman.
Yeah.
Like you got
it's almost the same. Yeah, it's if you can see it here. Yeah, he's just leaning up against her. It's probably as photoshopped as the other one, as most of these are extremely photoshopped. But there you go.
Extremely, yeah. But next, though, we have the American President going up against When Harry Met Sally.
Oh,
gonna be tough.
Shit.
This is the randomizer for you. One of these is not going to advance, sadly. But who's up first?
Malcolm.
Malcolm, all right. What do you think?
Well, I've heard of the American President, but it wasn't until now I knew it was a rom-com. I've not seen
Yeah.
it.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But When Harry Met Sally is a classic, and it's definitely great. So I'm going When Harry Met Sally.
Yeah. Austin, what do you think?
Yeah, it's a shame because I like the American President a lot, but like When Harry Met Sally is almost like a perfect movie. Like and Billy Crystal, like I remember the first time I saw it, he's kind of a sarcastic asshole in that movie, which I am. So I related a lot to his character because I was just like, oh, he says a lot of the shit I would say like in conversation. So
Yeah, right.
I really relate to him, and it's a lot of fun, and yeah, their chemistry is awesome. So When Harry Met Sally, but I'm sad to see. If American President gets voted out, it'd be a shame because I think it's a really good movie.
Yeah. Well, I saw When Harry Met Sally for the very first time on the big screen, and that was a lot of fun being able to experience that in theaters for the first time when I was working at a movie theater. That they were doing a lot of replays of some older movies, and yeah, like it's great. I think it's one of the like best written rom-coms of all time. There's really great dialogue. Like Billy Crystal really shined. I mean, Meg Ryan's great. They have really great back and forth, and yeah, like there's some really funny moments in it. That's like really smart humor. I've not seen The American President, but it is one that's on my blind spots list to watch. Like sooner than later. So I'll definitely get around to it. But yeah, I got to go with When Harry Met Sally. Richie?
Yeah, I haven't seen The American President yet. I've heard good things. I'll get around to it eventually. When Harry Met Sally is iconic. It's one of the best romantic comedies of all time. It probably will go far in this tournament. So When Harry Met Sally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sounds good. Steven?
So you guys mentioned how there's a lot of Julia Roberts, Sandra Bullock, Hugh Grant, and Matthew McConaughey movies on this.
Meg Ryan is on this.
Yeah. Well, also Princess Bride, and both of these are directed by Rob Reiner.
Yeah, he had a good run in the late '80s, early '90s. He had like every movie was a hit and like really good. Yeah. He had a really strong run.
So yeah, these are both top 5 rom-coms of all time for me. It sucks that I have to choose between one of these.
Yeah.
I mean, you got
randomizer.
When Harry Met Sally has some really great dialogue and of course great chemistry between the Crystal and Ryan. I would probably go for The American President. I mean, you got a great screenplay from Aaron Sorkin, and that cast. I mean, Douglas and Benning have amazing chemistry, and a great supporting cast like Martin Sheen and Michael J. Fox and Richard Dreyfuss. So it's going to lose, but I'm going with The American President.
Yeah, sounds good. Malcolm, what would you go
He already
for?
voted.
Oh, okay. You did the first one up. Okay. So When Harry Met Sally, then.
So between, I just wanted to say, between 95 and 84, Rob Reiner had like 9 movies, and he has one humongous misfire, and the other ones are all really good. Anybody want to hear the list? Like he had a hell of a streak, except for the one misfire.
North, right?
Oh yes, is North with Elijah Wood, which is a horrendous movie.
I remember how much Roger Ebert loved that movie.
Oh yeah, no, it's his most hated movie of all time. But listen to this thing. So starting in '84, he has This Is Spinal Tap. He has The Sure Thing, which is a John Cusack movie that's kind of underrated with Daphne Zuniga. And then he has Stand By Me. He has The Princess Bride, When Harry Met Sally, Misery, A Few Good Men, then North, then The American President. So if he didn't have North and he just jumped to The American President, he'd have like a perfect 9-movie streak.
That's a good
resume.
Yeah.
It's a pretty damn good resume. Except for North, is like the one odd misfire, like really bad misfire out of all this. So just wanted to point that out. But he had a hell of a streak there for a while.
I don't remember what he did after The American President, but I know he
Ghosts of Mississippi.
Oh, yeah, that's all
It's
right.
not bad. That movie.
Yeah.
Not bad.
And,
Not bad.
Again,
I
it's
actually-
still a pretty good movie. Yeah,
yeah.
and
And
then
I
some
actually
good
liked
stuff.
The Story of Us. I think is underrated, which I believe was after Ghosts of Mississippi.
Is that Bruce Willis?
Bruce
Yeah.
Willis and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably after this, I'll have to go look up Roger Ebert's review of North. That's just something.
It's really bad. And go watch the
watch.
just go on YouTube as well and just watch the his like video review of it, on Siskel and Ebert. And he's just like I hated this movie. This movie's like horrible. Like it's the worst movie I've ever seen. He's like shame on Rob Reiner for making this movie. This movie's horrible. like he's just like I hated every character in this movie. The fact you've never seen him so worked up. Like it's amazing.
Really?
Like go read the written
That's
review
funny.
and go watch
Nice.
the Siskel and Ebert clip. It's pretty infamous. Yeah, he
Nice.
hates that movie. Yeah.
Should definitely check that out. But up next we have Enchanted going up against While You Were Sleeping.
Mm,
So
okay.
And you, Austin? Are you?
Yeah. Yeah, Enchanted's all right, but it hasn't held up too well over time. But While You're Sleeping is really kind of underrated, and I like Bill Pullman a lot, and again, old Sandra Bullock, who's got a few movies on here, it's good stuff, and I'll go While You Were Sleeping pretty easily on this one.
Yeah, and for me, I actually haven't seen While You Were Sleeping, but I don't really care for Enchanted. Like I thought that was a cool concept, but for me, I just think that's kind of overrated for me. So I'm not really looking forward to the sequel of that much. But like it's one of those ones though that like maybe I judge it a little too harshly, so I'd be willing to give it a rewatch and see if maybe I'll like it on a second watch. But I've only seen it the one time, and for that reason, I actually think I'm going to go with While You Were Sleeping because I really like Bill Pullman and Sandra Bullock, so that seems like one I would like. So I'll go with While You Were Sleeping. So
yeah, man, this might be an episode again because Enchanted is not really my thing. While You're Sleeping is another movie that I had a copy of, back when it came out because we were deciding whether to put it in the video store, and I watched it and it was really good. So So and I don't think it's when people talk about like Sandra Bullock's rom-com sort of resume, they don't sort of talk about this, and I don't know why. It's a good movie. While You're Sleeping.
yeah. Sounds good. Steven, what do you think?
Well, While You're Sleeping is cute and enjoyable, and I love Sandra Bullock, but I actually really loved Enchanted. That's the movie that I think I really fell in love with Amy Adams, and so I'd probably go with Enchanted myself.
Yeah.
While You Were Sleeping is a more traditional rom-com than Enchanted is.
Yeah.
But I like Enchanted a little more.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you think?
While You Were Sleeping is definitely a great Christmas movie. But I saw Enchanted for the first time this year and really, really loved it. My vote goes to Enchanted easily on this.
Yeah, but is While You Were Sleeping a Christmas movie? I've never seen it, so did it take place at Christmas?
Kinda.
It takes place at Christmas.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. Probably like in the same way, like Trading Spaces could be a Christmas movie, maybe like that. Like it's barely a Christmas movie. But what are the votes at?
3-2 for While You Were Sleeping.
All right.
Yeah.
While You Were
Another
Sleeping.
upset, kind of. Probably.
Yeah.
Directed by
Okay.
John Turteltaub, the director of the National Treasure
National
movies,
Treasure.
and Three Ninjas and Cool Runnings. Yeah.
Nice.
He also
nice.
did Instinct with
Good stuff.
Anthony Hopkins and Cuba Gooding Jr.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Nice. Well, we have Singing in the Rain up next, going up against Legally Blonde.
Well, I know what Malcolm's voting for.
Yeah.
That's pretty easy.
Yeah.
All right, but Jordan, you're up
First?
first.
I might surprise you.
Uh-huh.
Also,
No, you won't.
I have some thoughts on this because I actually watched Legally Blonde for the first time. I kind of avoided it because it just doesn't really seem like my type of movie. It just seems really cheesy and like a whole movie geared towards like women, that like men would be kind of turned off by that kind of thing on the outside looking in. And then I actually watched it and I was correct on that. And like I actually don't think that Legally Blonde's even a romance movie. Like there's not really much of any romance. It's just her just going to college, and like she kind of has a thing for her ex, but like I don't really see like very much romance in it, and maybe the sequel has more between her and Luke Wilson. I don't even know, but because I haven't seen either one. But Singing in the Rain's great. Like it's actually one of the few musicals I actually really like, and the dancing's great. Like the writing's great. I mean, everything about Singing in the Rain is just awesome. So, and I really did not like Legally Blonde at all. So I'm gonna go with Singing in the Rain. But Richie,
Yeah, I'll be honest and share my Cardi. I'm really not a musical guy, and I'm a snob.
Yeah.
I get it's really hard to get me to watch musicals. Yeah, so I mean maybe I'll get around to watching Sing in the Rain one day, but I'm just not really that interested. Legally Blonde is fun though, and it's something I didn't expect to like, but I enjoyed. But yeah, there was I guess I can take your point. There's not like a lot of romance in it, but I don't know. I would, because I haven't seen Sing in the Rain and seen Legally Blonde, I'll go Legally Blonde.
Yeah. Steven, what do you think?
I haven't seen Singing in the Rain, but I'm not a fan of Legally Blonde, even though I wish it were better because it's got Luke Wilson and Victor Garber in it, and I like those two a lot.
Yeah.
But because I'm not a fan of Legally Blonde, I'll go with Singing in the Rain.
Yeah. Sounds good. Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, I really love Legally Blonde. I think it's amazing, and like it's what you said about cheesiness. You can look back on just about any romantic comedy these days, especially ones from like 90s, 2000s. That like just about all of them will come across cheesy if you just watching them for the first time in this day and age.
Yeah, right.
I've been Singing in the Rain. Is in my top 64. But I do love Legally Blonde more. It wasn't, and I do plan on rewatching it, so I'm going to go, shock people, go Legally Blonde.
Yeah. All right.
If you like Legally Blonde more, why was that in your top 64?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen it in a while. I hadn't seen it in a while when I was making my top 100.
Yeah.
Don't you have Singing in the Rain in your top 5? Because on Letterboxd it looked like it was how you have your 4 favorite movies, and
maybe that's changed since. There's a reason my top 100 movies is now private at the moment. So
it has changed. Yeah, that's why I don't have a letterbox yet, because mine will be private until I do it on the show one more time when we're going to do our top 128 in the same way we're doing this series. So yeah, but then after that, I'm going to make a letterbox. So after that episode, but Austin.
Yeah, Singing in the Rain again is nice and pleasant, but I'm kind of like Richie. I'm not really a musical guy. Like I only can tolerate so many of them. But yeah, I think Legally Blonde's really good. It's one of the only ones I like. I don't really love Reese Witherspoon a lot, but like she's great in these movies, and I think the first one's a lot of fun. So maybe another upset, but I'll go Legally Blonde. It's gonna go through. So yeah, we got a lot of upsets tonight.
Don't tell Chris, because I think Singing in the Rain's in his like top 5 or something. So yeah. Yeah. But sorry, Chris. I had
this weekend, Reese. I got a story. I got a story about this movie.
Speaking of more Reese Witherspoon, we got Sweet Home Alabama up against 4 Weddings and a Funeral. So
more Hugh Grant. Right. There you go.
Like briefly, I thought that was Death at a Funeral. And my wait, it's
yeah. It's hilarious.
Totally different movie,
in a different way.
Yeah.
But, all right, Richie.
Who's up first?
Yeah, Sweet Home Alabama. Like I had fun with it. It's fine. It's fine. Like it's not like it's just one of those mid tier romantic comedies that you can have fun with, but it's like you might forget about it in a couple weeks, but it's fun. For Weddings and a Funeral is a iconic classic movie, sort of Hugh Grant's sort of breakout role, and he's got really good chemistry with Andy McDowell. It's a really fun movie. I think they did a TV show on Four Weddings and a Funeral, didn't they? I'm pretty sure that like it was the last couple. Yeah, I'm like, I haven't seen that, but like the movie's great. So, yeah, 40 Weddings.
Yeah, sounds good. Steven, what do you think?
Four Weddings and a Funeral is one of those odd movies for me in that the first time I saw it, I liked it a lot, but I didn't like it as much the second time. So I probably should watch it a third time just to make up my mind once and for all. Sweet Home Alabama is not great, but I'll go with it.
Yeah, sounds good. Malcolm, what do you think?
But yeah, like for British and romantic comedies go hand in hand at this point.
Yep.
And Four Weddings and a Funeral is great. I do enjoy Sweet Home Alabama, but my vote's going to go to Four Weddings and a Funeral. And Richie, you were correct. There was a television miniseries that came out in 2019.
Yeah,
which had like Dermot Mulroney and Andy McDowell in it.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Wait, Andy McDowell, was she reprising her role from the movie?
No. She played Ainsley's mother.
No, she played a mom later. Okay, I guess that makes sense.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Austin, what do you think?
Yeah, so I saw the perfect way to watch Sweet Home Alabama. I saw it on a bus. I always remember this because I was on a bus.
Like the redneck way to watch.
Were you going to Alabama? On your way to Alabama?
We were going through Georgia, so close. It was like on a high school trip. We were going up to Washington D.C. and it was like one of those Greyhound buses that had like the couple of TVs like throughout the thing, and it was like a VHS player. And the only one they brought like 3 movies, and one of them was Sweet Home Alabama. So like I saw it on a bus, so it was just like the perfect way because it's like seeing it on a plane. It's like there's nothing else to watch, so you just watch it. And it left my mind as soon as I stepped off the bus. So I'm gonna go with Four Weddings and a Funeral because it's a better movie, and I still remember pieces of it. So Four Weddings and a Funeral.
Everything's digital now.
I remember way more of the trailer because it came out the year I worked at the movie theater, and I saw the trailer like 900 times. Yeah. So
nice. Yeah, I've seen that trailer a lot too. Oddly, I don't know where I saw it, but I did.
Get your stubborn ass down here and get me a divorce. Like I remember
right.
The trailer. Like I saw the trailer like 100 times. Yeah.
Like when you walked into the jewelry store at the beginning and stuff. Yeah, and like all that stuff. Yeah.
And when Candice Bergen like slaps the mosquito and she's like 1 down, 8 billion to go or whatever. Like it's like I remember all the lines from the trailer. That's all I remember.
Yeah. Well, I've never seen Four Weddings and a Funeral, so I can't really speak on it. And I've seen Sweet Home Alabama. And it was fun. I mean, I didn't love it, but I mean, I didn't hate it. So I'll vote Sweet Home Alabama. Sure.
I remember the start of Sweet Home Alabama where isn't they going, they're talking about some other thing. It's like, the lightning doesn't strike the same place twice, and they do get struck by lightning. It's very funny.
I think Four Weddings won, by the way, 3-2.
Oh,
yeah.
All right. It's Four Weddings. Okay. Yeah, just putting it there. I didn't vote for it, but I guess
Jordan's just hoping none of us noticed.
Yeah. No,
honestly, I probably wouldn't have. Like, I don't really give a shit about either one that much, but it doesn't matter.
No, I don't care about it that much. But
all right, we done with this side? All right,
moving on to that side. So moving on to the other side.
The last one, I think we didn't get to the other side until after 2 hours. It's not an hour and a half yet.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're making pretty good time. But we got Pride and Prejudice going up against the original Parent Trap movie. So 1961. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, Steven.
Yeah, Steven.
So I have not seen the original Parent Trap. I saw the remake with Lindsay Lohan and Dennis Quaid and Natasha Richardson. Pride and Prejudice, though, is not a comedy. So I'll go with the Parent Trap.
Yeah, it's on a lot of lists, so I just included it, but I also don't think it's a comedy either. But Malcolm?
I mean, it's one of those ones, like, when it comes to Jane Austen adaptations, because there's probably another one that's sort of coming up at some stage.
Yeah.
I hope so anyway. But
Yeah.
like there is comedy in Pride and Prejudice. It's one of those, but it's just really understated. It's just the way that
Really subtle.
Jane Austen's kind of written the book. I haven't seen the original Parent Trap. I actually really prefer the Lindsay Lohan one.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll probably get around to watching the original Parent Trap eventually. But yeah, but my vote's going to Pride and Prejudice. I really love that movie.
Yeah.
I know it's on Disney Plus. I just hadn't gotten around to it yet.
Yeah. Pretty solid. I would recommend it, but Austin, what do you think?
Well, I prefer Pride and Prejudice and Zombies myself, but that's not on this list. I think it's a funnier movie than Pride and Prejudice. But yeah, I'll go with the Parent Trap because it's all right. It's got that old school like '60s Disney charm, and boy is Joe Wright, the director of Pride and Prejudice. Boy is he the period piece kid. Boy, I'm scrolling through his filmography, and
Atonement, yeah.
Boy, he does Atonement and Pride and Prejudice. And Anna Karenina and Darkest Hour and Serrano, the newest one with Peter Dinklage. So boy, is he a period piece kid. So yeah,
Atonement's actually really good, I think.
Well, I'm gonna watch it for the Friday show. I got the Blu-ray, so yeah.
But he also did Hannah, and Hannah's not
When he's not doing period pieces, he's doing shit movies like Pan and Woman in the Window.
Right.
Yeah.
But I just threw on the original Parent Trap for fun because it's a movie that I grew up watching, and like I remember like all these lines from the movie where they're at like summer camp together, and they're like, "You're the spitting image of who? Frankenstein," and then she gets all like upset, and it's just like those like kind of cheesy like Disney humor.
It feels like there should be a laugh track there.
yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, so there's all those kind of cheesier lines, and like, I just kind of like the tone and the feel just better than the Lindsay Lohan one. I think that the Lindsay Lohan one gets like more like what's the word? Kind of more glossy looking and more, I don't know, just kind of doesn't have that like old school charm that this one has, and like when they're singing too, like it's probably when they're singing like "Let's Get Together." That's one of the songs from the movie that I kind of liked when I was a kid. I mean, but I haven't really gone back to it as much as a kid. But I've only seen Pride and Prejudice once, and like I'm not huge on period pieces. Pride and Prejudice is one of the better ones, though, I will say. But I'm gonna vote for the Parent Trap. I'll give it some love. Yeah. But Richie.
Can you imagine a whole movie with a laugh track? That's
yeah,
horrifying.
That'd be awful.
I'm sure has there ever been one? There has to have been one. I mean,
maybe like a spoof.
Well, it's like, you know what it's like? It's like going back and watching, those little Flintstones cartoons when I used to pipe in the laugh track for like Flintstones cartoons, and it makes no goddamn sense.
Yeah, it's like,
it's like why?
Where would the audience be?
Yeah,
They did it for the Jetsons too.
Yeah, it's just like why? I don't need it with my cartoons. I'm good.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways.
Anyway, like I'm not a huge fan. Like I'm not really big on period pieces. I do like Atonement, which is one of the better ones. But I'm not. And Pride and Prejudice it's fine. I guess I wouldn't call it like comedy. Comedy's understated. Probably my favorite. I prefer prefer Emma, like the especially the newer one with Anya Taylor-Joy.
That one's really good. Yeah,
that one's really good. But yeah, I like the Parent Trap. I think that's one that was really one where the remake is better. The Lindsay Lohan Parent Trap is really good. But the original is pretty fun. It is of its time. So I'll go Parent Trap.
Yeah, sounds good. Well,
so I had to look it up, Richie. So I looked up, are there any movies with laugh tracks? And not really, but there are movies that have scenes with laugh tracks. So like Natural Born Killers has like the Rodney Dangerfield scene where it's kind of like the dark sitcom where they pipe in the laugh track. If you remember that, like a Natural Born Killer, and then like Scott Pilgrim versus the World has like the kind of Seinfeld-y sort of laugh track scene, in the middle of it. where they pipe it in, but just like movies that have it for like a scene or something or for some specific purpose. But yeah, I had to look that up, like just to see. Yeah, you know, it just not like a whole movie because that would be very very strange. Yeah,
I remember when something like the Brady Bunch movie came out. I'm like, are they gonna have laugh tracks in the fucking
Yeah,
yeah.
The votes for Pride and Prejudice, is that what it's at?
No, that's Parent Trap is overwhelming.
Parent Trap, you're trying to sneak it again.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you're trying to do it again. Stop it, Jordan.
No, like I voted for the Parent Trap, so I wouldn't go that way. But up next we got a Walk to Remember up against 27 Dresses.
Oh,
so, yeah.
All right,
Got Katherine Heigl in something. So, is it Malcolm first?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, Malcolm?
Yeah, and so the Nicholas Sparks train start here.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Nicholas Sparks.
But
I don't have too many of his movies.
I mean, I know I've seen A Walk to Remember once, but I don't remember it, ironically. But I really do enjoy 27 Dresses, so 27 Dresses get my vote.
Yeah.
I will tell Richie there was a funny thing where if I don't know if you're familiar with riff tracks, so the people who did like Mystery Science Theater 3000 like do like those riff tracks. They did one for Battlefield Earth, and there was a point where it was just one of those scenes where John in Battlefield Earth, John Travolta and Forrest Whitaker just stumbling and fumbling around, just saying ridiculous shit back and forth to each other. And on the riff tracks, they played a laugh track. They're like, let's just put a laugh track in here, and then like after every one of their things, and it actually worked pretty well. So
I need to see that.
So it's pretty damn
might
funny.
actually make the movie.
Yeah, make the movie better. You could add a laugh track to that movie. It might make it better. Yeah,
right.
Anyways, back to this. I've actually seen 27 Dresses, oddly enough, because my ex used to watch this movie all the time. And Walk to Remember, my sister used to watch all the time. So I've seen both of these. They're both whatever. Walk to Remember is boring, and 27 Dresses at least has James Marsden in a fun role. So I'll just go 27 Dresses.
Yeah. Let me break down the plot to every single Nicholas Sparks movie. So you have a couple here, and the couple they meet for the first time. They kind of start to fall in love, but just when it's getting really serious, they have some random reason why they can't be together. Yeah, like someone gets cancer, or like someone has to go off to like a job or college or something like that, and they can't be together, and then they have to go through all this toil and like trouble to get back together, and then eventually by the end they make it back together, and then like half the movies. There's always someone that like dies in them or from some strange thing. So yeah, like they're
and all the posters are exactly the same.
They're all exactly the same. Yeah. Yeah. So
yeah.
But I do like A Walk to Remember though. Like that's one of the Nicholas Sparks ones I actually like more than most of them. So I think that it was pretty solid. Like it's one of the few movies that I like Mandy Moore in. Like I've only really liked her in A Walk to Remember, and then also that TV show This Is Us. Like she's pretty solid in that. But so. And
it's all somebody embracing each other about to kiss.
Yeah.
There's 5 Nicholas Sparks posters.
Yeah, right?
And they're all the fucking same. You can't tell one from the other. The Lucky One, Safe Haven, The Notebook, they're all the same.
The Nicholas Sparks cinematic universe.
Yeah, right. They need to be connected. Yeah. But I've seen 27 Dresses, but I don't really remember it, so I'm gonna go with the one I remember, which is A Walk to Remember. So I'll go with that. So yeah.
I'm voted yet. What are you going?
Oh yeah. Oh sorry.
You were not done yet.
You lost the plot. Yeah. You lost the plot.
Oh my god, he's advancing it to the 16. What the hell is he doing?
Go back. Let me put it back. I'm like trying. See, it won't do it. So, anyways. But just vote though, like we can fix it if we need to.
Okay.
All right, guys. That's the end of the episode. Walk to Remember is the winner for the evening. And all right, plugs. Richie, where can we find you?
Yeah. All the way there because I'm. Okay, yep, there it is. It's all.
There you go. Oh god. Yeah.
It's so good. We don't need to vote on any other movies. That's how good Walk to Remember is.
Well,
I
I remember
Right,
seeing 27 Dresses because I remember like me and our friends just went to the movies, but we didn't have any idea what we were wanted to see, and like literally we realized the only movie that me and my friend hadn't seen was 27 Dresses, and like this other person wanted to see something else, which is probably a lot better, but like, she got outvoted because we didn't want to see something I'd already seen. So I within like about 20 minutes, I regretted the decision because I'm not a huge fan of Katherine Heigl on screen either. I think her characters are mostly unlikable and probably resembles the actual person. Who knows? Because anyway, she doesn't seem, from all accounts, she doesn't seem to be the most easy to work with. But yeah, Walker Remember looks like I remember seeing it. I do remember seeing it. But it didn't really hit me that well. But yeah, and it does look like the very exact same poster, especially like compared. It looks like the same poster as it Best of Me with Michelle Monaghan. But yeah, it looks exactly the same. But yeah,
that and like 20 other posters.
Just because I liked it better, I'll say Walk to Remember, so you might not have to check.
We'll see.
Yeah. Might be okay
Steven.
here, maybe. But Steven.
Well, one of these is actually a rom-com, and one of these is a romantic drama. And that would be 27 Dresses is the one that's actually a rom-com. And so I will go with 27 Dresses. It's not a great movie, but I thought it was cute.
Well, what are the votes at?
27 Dresses, 3-2. So can you cover it up somehow?
Yeah, so it's there, but then that one's gonna stay.
We'll just have to cover up whatever's there.
Once you click the winner of the next matchup, it'll disappear.
It'll disappear.
But fun fact: out of all the Nicholas Sparks adaptation, which do you think is the highest Rotten Tomatoes critics score?
I would say Notebook, but I bet it's not because you said fun fact.
Yeah.
You said fun fact, so it's probably not.
It's probably like that Safe Haven movie or some shit like that.
I
doubt the Miley Cyrus one.
Yeah, right.
What about the Josh Brolin one?
Yeah.
Not Labor Day or something? No.
No, it actually. I mean, it actually is the Notebook, but I say fun fact because the Notebook is in the highest grossing Nicholas Spark adaptation. That's Message in a Bottle by $3 million.
Oh, okay, that came in the 90s.
Yeah. But next though, we got Notting Hill.
More Hugh Grant and two Hugh Grant movies.
Hugh Grant galore tonight.
I think they're both written by Richard Curtis.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. So who's up now?
Me. Yeah. Love Actually, because it has Rowan Atkinson. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, he's my favorite part of the movie too. Yeah. But I have not seen Notting Hill. Like, it's one that I've heard really good things about. That like people have been telling me to go check it out, but I haven't seen it. So, but I usually watch Love Actually. Usually every other Christmas. I probably don't watch it every year, but usually every other. And it's a fun time. So yeah, I'll go with Love Actually.
Yeah. Here's a hot take. I hate Love Actually. I think it sucks. I think it's a very overrated movie. I don't find it romantic. I think a lot of the stories are creepy. Bill Nye's character can go fuck himself. Notting Hill though is one of my favorite romantic comedies. I actually love this movie a lot. I think the chemistry between him and Julie Roberts is really great. The story's great. Rhys Ifans steals the movie. He's really funny as the roommate.
Yeah.
That's the first time he's ever heard that, because it sure as hell wasn't Spider-Man.
Yeah. No.
Or Hannibal Rising.
Yeah, right.
But he's in that too.
Yeah. But yeah, no, he's really good at it. I love Notting Hill, so yeah, it's an easy for me, Notting Hill.
Yeah.
All right.
Steven?
It's funny. Back in 2003, when Love Actually came out, I had no idea who Andrew Lincoln was. So several years after I started watching The Walking Dead, and I guess I must have watched a little bit of Love Actually. I'm like, oh wait, that's Rick Grimes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I'll go with Love Actually because I haven't seen Notting Hill.
Yep. Little crimes. But Malcolm, what do you think?
Coral.
This is actually really tough for me. I do like Notting Hill, but I actually really love Love Actually. And it made it into top 12 Liam Neeson movies. It's going to move on here. Love Actually gets my vote.
God.
Yeah.
You're all dead to me. It's not me, it's you. I'm gonna break up. We're breaking up.
Yeah, right. Richie's just not that into our pick of Love Actually.
Well, quick little funny story about Notting Hill. So Notting Hill was one of the first DVDs that my parents ever bought when DVDs first became a thing, and I was going through the special features, just kind of checking out some of the things that DVDs have, and like almost all the deleted scenes are like sex scenes that got cut out, and so I was like, is that what like deleted scenes are? They just cut out all the sex scenes and just have them on the special features? But no, that's not really what it is. But for this movie, that like that's basically what all the deleted scenes are. So a lot more sex that got deleted from.
But yeah, I was correct. Like both those movies were written by Richard Curtis, which means he's popping up a lot. He's popping up a lot on this list too because he also did Bridget Jones' Diary and For Weddings and a Funeral, and there's probably a few others that's yet to come up.
Right. Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, up next we got Mean Girls going up against Mamma Mia. So
it's fucking easy.
Yeah, right.
It's really easy. Yeah, waiting for fucking Mamma Mia, Jesus.
Yeah, right.
All right, Jordan.
No, I'm not voting for Mamma Mia. I don't want to hear Pierce Brosnan or really any of that cast sing, and I'm not into musical. So, but I do, I really do like the music of ABBA, but I want to hear it sung by ABBA. I don't want to hear it sung by these guys. So yeah, and also Mean Girls is great. Like I actually really like Mean Girls. It's one of the few rom-coms that I actually like searched out because I really wanted to own it. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Mean Girls. But Richie,
I will say that probably when people think of Mean Girls, they don't really think of the romance side of things. But like it does count as romantic comedy. But yeah, it's Mean Girls is one of the best written comedies of at least of the 2000s. It's fantastic. It's just the jokes, all the characters are very memorable. The jokes land, and it's just like Lindsay Lohan sort of breakout. Yeah, so unfortunately,
this is kind of the pinnacle of Lindsay Lohan, really, because it was like this and but then what was after this? Like the fucking Herbie movie, and then her career was like off the rails after that. So
and then she did a movie called I Know Who Killed Me.
It's a really bad movie.
Yeah, but So and again, I'm not a musical guy, but also the plot of Mamma Mia is fucking ridiculous in my opinion. Anyway, so I'll go Mean Girls by a landslide.
Yeah, by a landslide. Steven, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with Mamma Mia because I think it's a cute little. I think it's a cute little movie, and I think it's much more got the rom part in it than Mean Girls does. Plus, while I like Mean Girls, I think it goes soft and loses its edge in the third act.
Yeah, that's a fair case to be made. But Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, Mean Girls is a great comedy, but it's the romance part of it is not. I mean, it's there, but it's not really there. I love ABBA. They're one of my favorite bands, but hearing their songs sung by Meryl Streep, Pierce Brosnan, just adds an extra depth to their songs and is amazing. I do slightly prefer Mamma Mia, Here I Go Again over
What
Mamma
the
Mia.
fuck, man?
Oh my god!
I'm going to go Mamma Mia, but I know that it's not going to go through either because Austin.
I don't think the singing is good, but I think the bad singing is kind of part of its charm.
Yeah. Come on, Austin, save this shit show, please.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm not. No,
talking
I'm not gonna throw a fucking wrench in the works for fucking Mamma Mia. I'm not dying on that goddamn hill. Like I'll throw wrenches in, for funny things, but like Jesus Christ, not Mamma Mia. Like fuck off, fuck off. Like yeah, I like ABBA, like music wise, but yeah, no, that movie sucks. Mean Girls. No, no way.
Well, Mean Girls it is.
Oh,
Pretty
thank
handily,
God.
but sorry, Malcolm.
Yeah.
But up next, though, we have Sleepless in
shit.
Seattle.
Oh man, it's sad.
There's something about Mary, so
I love something.
yeah. So
All right. Richie.
Of course, it's hard. So it's me first because it's fucking difficult. I guess I think I know where this is going. Sleep in Seattle, classic movie. Yeah. Again, it's probably Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan's better one. I don't know if Joe versus the volcano will be on him, but yeah, it's definitely one of the better. Yeah, it's a classic movie. But I really love Something About Mary. I've watched it so many times. Like yeah, there's probably elements that don't really hold up as well today. But yeah, I think everybody. I think yeah, like the chemistry between Cameron Diaz and Ben Stiller is great, and Matt Dillon's really good in this movie. I really like even. I really like Lee Evans in this movie. They tried to make him a thing back in the day. But yeah, I thought he was great. Yeah, look, just because I know where it's going to go, I will go Something About Mary, but it's probably going to go Sleepless in Seattle.
All right, Steven?
Okay, so it's been a long time since I've seen Sleepless in Seattle, but I don't remember there being a whole lot of comedy in this. I will go with because of that, I will go with There's Something About Mary.
Yeah, sounds good. Malcolm, what do you think?
So when I saw this matchup, I had to double check something, but this is funny because this is the exact same first round matchup that I had in my one-man comedy tournament I'm doing on Take 3. So I just find this very funny that we both used randomizers and we both ended up with the same one of the same first round matchups. But that being said, there definitely is comedy in Sleepless in Seattle. I do enjoy There's Something About Mary. It's kind of definitely gone down on the many rewatches I've done of it. So I'm going to go Sleepless in Seattle.
Yeah, sounds good. Austin?
Okay, it's not really a fault of the movie, but every fucking time I stay in a hotel room, There's Something About Mary is on FX. Every goddamn time. I don't know why. Like, I stay in the hotel room, I flip around the channels, and Something About Mary is always on. I don't know why. Like, it's always on when I'm in and like, so I've tried to turn it on, and because of that, I've been beaten over the head with this movie. So for that reason alone, and it's not a fault of the movie, I'm gonna vote for Sleepless in Seattle.
Yeah. So I actually have not seen Sleepless in Seattle, which you think that I would have because I've actually lived in Seattle, but I have not seen it. But I always hear really solid things. Like it's one of the best, like maybe the best Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan, possibly. There's an argument to be made for a rom-com, but like I haven't seen it though. So and I also heard people say that there's not that much comedy in it either. And I there's something about Mary. I'm a big Ben Stiller fan, like probably less of a Cameron Diaz fan, but I really, really like Ben Stiller, probably more than most people. And also seeing Matt Dillon in there, like he's pretty entertaining too. It's kind of like the scumbaggy friend kind of guy. So yeah, I think that There's Something About Mary is pretty solid. So I'll vote There's Something About Mary. Yeah.
All right. 3-2 for Mary.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of upsets.
Yeah. Could be a bit of an upset. Yeah. But up next we got Hitch going up against The Holiday.
That's too.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Holiday was on our Christmas list. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Steven. Yeah.
It's actually not that hard for me. I mean, The Holiday is fun and cute, but this is also Nancy Meyers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah. Not my favorite of hers. I think Hitch is really funny and charming, and I love the chemistry between Will Smith and what's his name?
Kevin James.
Yeah.
Kevin James. That's right. Yeah. So I'll go with Hitch.
Yeah. Malcolm.
Yeah, Hitch is probably up there for one of the best Kevin James movies.
Yeah.
Um,
No Paul Blart Mall Cop, that's for sure.
I mean, it's better than Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
certainly not Home Team.
Way better. I'm being
Anyway.
sarcastic.
But there's a lot of good rom-coms that are set around Christmas as well. This is really tough for me. I'm going to slightly go Hitch on this because I do prefer that more, but I wouldn't be upset if the holiday moves on.
Yeah. Austin.
Well, boy, this fucking director has the he's the romance kid too, Andy Tennant. He's got movies we've seen on here, or gonna see on here. Let's see, we got not that it's gonna be on here, but he started with It Takes Two, then Fools Rush In with Matthew Perry. He's got Ever After with Drew Barrymore, Anna and the King, Sweet Home Alabama, which we talked about, Hitch, Fool's Gold, The Bounty Hunter. Boy, he's the romance kid as well. These guys just get in a groove, don't they? I guess. But yeah, I'll still
like
go.
only
Yeah,
like 2 of those made this list because most of those are bad. So yeah.
I like
Yeah,
Fool's
bad
Gold.
movies. Bad movies can make the list.
bad movies can make the list.
True.
Doesn't mean they, Yeah.
Yeah, they can.
They just don't move.
Hitch. I'll go with Hitch.
Yeah. Yeah, for me,
As
I think I like Hitch.
as opposed to the movie Jack Black forgot he was in, The Holiday.
yeah, right. Remember that interview? Yeah, but yeah, I'll go with Hitch. Like I think Hitch is pretty solid. Like I'm not a big Kevin James fan, but I am a fan of him in this movie. Like he was directed really well in this movie. Like when I worked at a movie theater, they had Paul Blart Mall Cop playing. Actually, no, they had the second one. It was a sequel to it, and like I would just complain like the entire time. Why is this movie even a thing? Why does it exist? How did it make enough money to necessitate a freaking sequel? And like I would just drive everybody nuts because I was like over the top, complaining about that Kevin James movie being there. I'm not a big fan of his, but I do like him in Hitch. I think he's pretty solid, and like the cast all around. That's even Eva Mendes, Will Smith, and also it's my sister's favorite rom-com of all time, so I'll vote for hers. So Hitch. So yeah.
Richie.
Yeah, I think there's talent there with Kevin James. I just think he just fell in his front of like being friends with the Happy Madison guys, so he just in a lot of their shit.
He gets sucked into that whole. It's very easy to get like sucked into that group and just make lazy movies. I think that you get paid for and go on vacation with them.
Easy money. Yeah, just easy money.
Because he's really good in Hitch, and he's also like King of Queens is pretty funny. It's still a good.
Yeah,
it's a good sitcom. But yeah, I'm going to go The Holiday here because I think The Holiday is really charming, really fun. And it's one of those off the big path of like for Jack Black, who's it's a very different role for him, and he's really good in this. And chemistry between him and Kate Winslet's great, and it's probably one of the better Cameron Diaz performances as well. But I don't mind Hitch going through. Hitch is fun. But I'll go The Holiday.
Yeah, sounds good. Steven?
It's going to be Hitch. Nope, Steven
Okay.
voted, so it's going to be Hitch.
Oh, you're the first one. Okay.
And did anybody fucking buy Kevin James as the president in Pixels? Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Not at all.
Like, get the fuck out of here. That's like the worst part. They're like, what? What are we doing?
It's like making Chris Farley the president and trying to believe it. It's true.
I never,
Like, what are we
I
doing?
never saw. Well, I don't know. I mean, Terry Crews was the president in.
Yeah, but that's an idiocracy. You
That's
can
an
buy as
idiocracy.
Comanche. Yeah.
It's meant to be dumb.
Like it's like some parody movie shit. But anyways,
I wanted to see Pixels because it had a fun premise, but I hear I've only heard bad things about it.
I think if you do a list of fun premise, bad movie, that'd be a good
that one, yeah,
because Pixels are beyond that.
Yeah, they'll give me an excuse to wear my Pixel shirt because it played at the movie theater when I worked there, so I have a Pixel shirt. So yeah, but next we got Overboard going up against 10 Things I Hate About You. So
All right, Malcolm.
Malcolm, yeah.
Yeah. So I like 10 Things I Hate About You. It's a good movie, but Overboard is a classic. And it's got Kurt Russell in it, so you can't go wrong here. And like this started Kurt and Goldie's relationship pretty much. So I'm going to go Overboard.
That sounds good. Austin, what do you think?
Yeah, Overboard's a classic creepy fucking movie about a dude brainwashing a goddamn amnesiac chick to live with him and fuck her. Like, that's a creepy ass movie. And I like Kurt Russell, but good God, is the premise of that movie like horrendously like outdated and creepy, man. Like, I couldn't even believe they remade that shit because it's like, what are we doing, man? Like, you watch that movie, you're just like, oh my God, like, I cannot believe this is a movie. Like, how did this get past the writers? Yeah, so I can't vote for. Like that movie made me uncomfortable. Like last time I watched it, so I'll go 10 Things I Hate About You because it has Joseph Gordon-Levitt and and Heath Ledger's good too. So there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I think that 10 Things I Hate About You is like in my top like 2 or 3 favorite rom-coms ever made. Like I'm a huge fan of 10 Things That I Hate About You. It's like one of the ones. Like probably the first rom-com I ever owned, and I watch it on repeat all the time. Like I just love this movie, and like I'm a big Heath Ledger fan. Like he died way too soon, so I mean, I think he would have been like a legend in Hollywood. I mean, he still is, but he would have been even bigger. But and then Joseph Gordon-Levitt, yeah, and then you see some of the like supporting cast or like some of those faces like pop up in a lot of movies, but you can't really put the name to the face. So it's like some of those people will show up, and like the scene at the end when Heath Ledger comes in singing and then he has like the trombone, he's like doing all that stuff. Like that's a fun time. So, yeah, I have never seen Overboard, and I don't know why they ever made a remake because the remake just looked atrocious. It looked absolutely horrendously bad. But I've never seen the originals. But it sounds like maybe I need to see it. I mean, some of you like it, but then again, Austin said it was creepy, so I don't know. But yeah. But I'm going to vote 10 Things I Hate About You.
By the way, talk about a drop off. The director of this movie of 10 Things is Gil Junger, who is mostly a TV director, but get this drop off. 10 Things I Hate About You, which a lot of people like, right? Next movie, Black Knight with Martin Lawrence. Ouch. Ouch. What a follow-up.
But they had a TV series for 10 Things I Hate About You, and actually had Larry Miller in it. He was one of the few crossover cast members that went on to the TV show. But yeah. But
Richie?
Yeah, 10 Things. Yeah, I like 10 Things I Hate About You. So it's sort of modern retelling. There's always a lot of these ones are modern retelling. So sorry, modern retelling of Taming of the Shrew.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still fun. Yeah, like Heath Ledger's breakout performance. It's cool. It's fun to see Joker and Robin with this movie. But yeah, no, it's all fun. So basically, Overboard is it's like a more creepy, less romantic version of 50 First Dates.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember I haven't seen the original, but I've seen. I don't think I ever got fully through the remake. Was it that got Anna Faris in it?
Yeah.
And the Latino guy, what's his name? Yeah, the Latin lover guy, whatever his name is. Yeah,
Eugenio Derbez or something.
Yeah. It's like, I might go back to it eventually just to say I've watched it, but no. 10 Things I Hate About You. I'll go.
Yeah. Yes, Steve.
I will go with 10 Things I Hate About You because I love that movie and I love the scene when Heath Ledger sings "Can't Take My Eyes Off of You," and I've never seen Overboard.
Yep. My thoughts exactly. So, how much do I loathe thee? Let me count the ways. 10 Things I Hate About You. So, but up next we got My Girl going up against The Notebook, another Nicholas Sparks. All right.
Okay. I am. All right.
Well, Austin, what do you think?
Well, what a weird match. You got a movie where Macaulay Culkin gets stung by a bunch of bees and dies versus the Ryan Gosling. Classic, I guess, of The Notebook.
Yeah.
But I've always thought that movie is like a little overrated. But okay, I don't know. Just for old school nostalgia's sake, I'll just vote My Girl. But I don't really have a particular reason. It's fine. Sure.
Yeah, like I like My Girl. Like I think that it's actually a really good. Like I'm a huge Macaulay Culkin.
He needs his glasses. Give him back his glasses.
Yeah.
His glasses.
Yeah. Yeah. But like I don't know whatever happened to Anna Klumsky. She kind of dropped off the
She's in
radar.
Veep. She's in
Let me
Veep.
go.
Oh, she's in Veep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was about to say, let me go check it out and see what she's been up to while you're talking, and I'll see.
Maybe she's done a lot, and I just haven't seen it. But I'm actually a huge fan of The Notebook. Like that's actually like one of the Nicholas Sparks movies that I really, really like. I think that it's like really great because it's one of the first ones to be released, and so like it didn't have the cloud that like all the other Nicholas Sparks movies had over it, like the stigma. So like I watched this movie like multiple times, and I think it's great. So I'll vote for The Notebook. Yeah.
She's on a Netflix show right now called Inventing Anna that just came out.
Okay.
So she was on. She was on Veep, and she's basically just been doing TV. So she switched to TV. So there you go.
Nice.
All right, good for her.
Yeah,
still working. Good for her.
So if there was an option like tier ranker for not a romantic comedy, I would pick that. Both these movies are romantic comedy. I will argue. Then like none of them are that funny. But like I guess nostalgia what was really good with My Girl because I remember watching it, and then like maybe the scene you referenced that you can't see with those glasses is unintentionally funny. It's not fun. It is unintentional. But like and it's kind of cool. But yeah, then she gets over it pretty quickly, and then starts dating the dude from Last Action Hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Austin O'Brien or whatever his name is.
But I think there's always been talk about My Girl 3, but we'll see. I think it's like
why?
I think it's in the talks.
What's the third one? Oh wow.
There is
no
talks
idea
about it. They've been talking about it for ages.
Okay.
But if we're going with a better movie, The Notebook's a better movie. I can see what's overrated because like back when it came out, people just wouldn't shut up about this fucking movie. But it is a decent film, and it's none of these are comedies. So I would if it was me, I wouldn't put either on these lists. But I'll go Notebook.
Well, The Notebook to me was like kind of like the movie Frozen. People like watched it on repeat and like sang all the song, pointed out all the points. Like that happened to The Notebook. Like it's good when it came out, but then people overwatched it and overhyped it, and just talked about it way too much. Then like I got sick of it like after a while. So kind of like the like overplayed song on the radio or something like that too. But Steven, what do you think?
Yeah, I wouldn't consider either of these rom-coms, so I'll just go with The Notebook.
Yeah.
Well, but on the poster right there, it says My Girl is funny and moving. So it must be funny.
Yeah. Well, technically, like it has no comedy elements in the movie. So
if you find bee allergies hilarious, then
right. I mean, and I do, but
some movies when like their face pops up, they have those movies where that happens. Yeah.
There's a funny meme where it's just like it's just the My Girl poster, but someone's put B movie.
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
I saw that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Well, Malcolm.
So according to IMDb, My Girl is comedy, drama, and family.
Okay.
So apparently there's comedy elements there.
I found it.
But is it romance?
B movie?
It's not. B movie.
Yeah, that's fucking great.
There it is. Yeah, that is awesome.
But that being said, I like personally, I see both of these as romantic dramas and comedies. But I'm going to go just because of April. I'm going to vote The Notebook.
Yeah. Did you vote Austin? I
Alright.
forget.
Yeah. So,
You
but the Notebook's
vote for
went through.
Micro, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Notebook had more things. Yeah.
I think the whole goal is like, since we're near Valentine's Day, like the more important thing is the romance. So if it has romance, but the comedy is kind of secondary here. But I mean, we're doing rom-coms, so they both matter. But yeah. But we have Bride Wars up next, going against 51st Dates. So gotta have some
Alright,
kind of
Jordan.
weirdo ones in here because I've never seen Bride Wars, nor do I really care to. That much doesn't really seem like that appealing to me. It's like the ultimate chick flick kind of. But 51st Dates is awesome. Like I actually love 51st Dates. I think it's like really endearing, and it's something that like me and my ex-wife connected way back in the day when we were in high school. We started actually like right after high school, because it came out a little bit after I graduated. But it's the last thing that we did together before we lost touch for 10 years. So we went and saw 51st Dates. So yeah, but so yeah, for that I'll vote for 51st Dates. So, but Richie,
Yeah, Bride Wars is a good movie if you like just women just aggressively arguing with each other,
Screaming at each other. If you like a lot of screaming and people just
Yeah.
fighting, shrill, shrieking shrews, you'll love Bride Wars.
Yeah, but I think 51st Dates has a lot of charm. It's undeniable that Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore have a lot of chemistry. There's one movie that's a bit better than this one. Might come out the next one, the next episode of romantic comedies, but they're still really fun. There's a lot of elements that work. I think Rob Schneider ruins this movie a lot, and his character fucking ruins this movie. I don't know.
yeah, he's kind of weird, like weird Hawaiian guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, not bad, but like, yeah, I think that there's a lot of charm to this movie, and this is like a bit before, like like when sort of the quality of his movies, Adam Sandler's movies were a bit inconsistent as opposed to just flat out bad every fucking time. So, 51st Dates is one of the better ones. So I'll say 51st Dates.
Yeah.
And we also recently recreated the moment, one of the moments in the show on the Drew Barrymore show.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have to check that out. But Steven?
So I love Anne Hathaway. And she manages to make Bride Wars slightly more watchable than if she hadn't been in it. But it's pretty bad. So 51st Dates is actually my favorite pairing of Sandler and Barrymore. I know there's one that people love probably even more that we'll get to soon.
We'll definitely.
And I like that movie a lot too. Don't get me wrong, but I think I actually like 51st Dates just a tad more. So 51st Dates.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, I do like 51st Dates. I think it's good. I really do love Bride Wars. I think it is a really great
I knew Malcolm
movie.
was going to say that. I fucking knew Malcolm was going to say that. I just knew it. Sorry, Malcolm. I knew that was coming.
As I said, I like a lot of
them.
rom-coms. What can I say? And so I'm going to go Bride Wars on this.
The same director directed 13 going on 30, which is a better movie. So I guess he had a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a tad. But
Yeah.
Austin?
Bride Wars is not good. It's a lot of shrieking and shrilling, and 51st Dates is pretty enjoyable. You know who I feel bad for in 51st Dates, character-wise, is Blake Clark and Sean Astin. The fact that they have to watch The Sixth Sense every fucking night. That's like oh my god! I like The Sixth Sense, but can you imagine watching it for like 365 days in a row or something like that? You know, just like watching any movie every single night. Like that's got to be. I would dread that every time. Like, Oh my god. Horrible. I feel bad for them every time I watch that movie.
Yeah.
Depending on the movie, there's movies I could watch every day of the year. Like I could watch Titanic for 5 days a year. So.
That's a long night, though. Yeah, you got to carve out 3 hours a day. That's a lot of your. That's a lot of your day. If I had to, I would pick the shortest movie I could pick. I pick like a movie from the 30s that's like an hour and 10 minutes long. Like a lot of those movies were back then. So it would take up the least amount of time of my day. Go watch a Charlie Chaplin movie that's 70 minutes.
Well, 51st Dates it is, though. So
yeah.
But moving up, we got the wedding planner. So we got some like repeat actors on here for sure. I'm going up against What Women Want. So, all right.
All right, Malcolm.
For some reason, these are just getting laughable to me. I don't know why.
Yeah. Well, look at that stupid poster for the wedding planner. Look at that stupid Photoshop poster. Look at Matthew McConaughey, how dumb he looks in that poster.
They're both
look
very
at that shit.
generic.
Yeah, look at those generic ass. You could switch the titles of those posters, and it would like be the same fucking thing. Like you could say the wedding planner. Look, Mel Gibson and Helen Hunt is the wedding planner. Look, What Women Want. Matthew McConaughey and J-Lo. It's the same fucking movie.
It is. It's the same thing. Yeah. But
all right. Anyways,
Malcolm, what do you think?
Sorry, but anyway, both these movies are good. Like. They both have a lot of fun elements to them. I do like What Women Want slightly more, so I'll go What Women Want.
Yeah. Well, Austin?
Wedding Planner is incredibly mediocre, and What Women Want is it was like the last Mel Gibson movie before everybody turned on him. So it was kind of charming in that aspect, and yeah, it's still a slightly fun movie. So I'll say What Women Want.
Yeah, and I'm just waiting to when I finally convince an actual female to be on one of these rom-com shows, and then watch them just take a huge dump on all the movies that we pick because we're all men, so they're probably like a whole different mind, like what is this shit? Yeah, but
what do you mean you hated Brian?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
you hated. Yeah, right. But I've never seen The Wedding Planner. I don't care about it because it has J-Lo, and I don't really like her as an actor. So, but at least I had fun with What Women Want. It's kind of like an intriguing concept. So, yeah, I'll go with What Women Want.
I forgot What Women Want is 2 hours and 7 minutes long. What were they thinking?
For that type of movie, there should be 90 minutes. That's all.
That movie should be 95 minutes tops. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Holy shit.
I also just like the poster of The Wedding Planner. It just looks like Matthew McConaughey knows he's doing this for a paycheck. Like he just got this vibe about him, and it's like he's got this look on his face, like he showed up that day for like he didn't get enough sleep that day or something, or he's just over it, and he had to do a photo shoot.
I want to see what he did right before this, where he needed the paycheck, because it must have been like a slump, because he kind of came out strong in the mid '90s. He was in like A Time to Kill, and he was in like a couple of like good movies, like he came out strong, and then Contact and stuff. So then he's in Amistad, like he's in a Spielberg movie a few years earlier, and then what? Yeah, he's in like nothing. He's in Ed TV. I think Ed TV killed it, and then he was in The Wedding Planner. So
Well, it's like Owen Wilson in this "Marry Me" movie. It's like he just did freaking low key. He's not hurting for money. Come on. Now he's in "Marry Me." Like, what the heck?
I remember. I haven't seen The Wedding Planner. I saw What Women Want. I remember enjoying it, but I don't know if the premise holds up today. I know the premise probably doesn't hold up because like the Hollywood knew that, so they remade it with Taraji P. Henson and called it What Men Want.
It was horrible. Yeah.
Just because, I enjoyed it at the time. And I think I miss Helen Hunt in movies. So I'll go. I'll go What Women Want.
Yeah, Steven? What do you think?
You can't make a movie called What Men Want and not have it be at least rated R.
Because every time it would just be like the dirtiest shit ever. It would have to be like an NC-17. That's why the premise of that movie would just be like, it would just be the dirtiest, filthiest, most disgusting movie of all time. Every time we interact with a guy. That's why it's an unbelievable premise.
Yep.
I mean, if you know some of the women I hang out with in real life,
Yeah.
if what woman want was
Could be
R18,
true.
it'll be the exact same premises. What you think what men want should be.
Sure.
So-
Yeah. That is fair. So
So, The Wedding Planner is not the worst rom-com that J-Lo has done. Cough, Monster-in-Law, cough.
yeah.
But it's not really, but it's not good either. What Women Want is really funny and charming, and it's not my favorite Nancy Meyers movie. I mean, I don't think. Hopefully, it'll be in part 2 because I don't think it's on this list. But I will still go with What Women Want in this between these two for sure.
Yeah. Sounds good. Malcolm, did you vote? I forget.
I started it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What women
All right,
want?
so it's What Women Want?
One,
All right.
one to vote. Yeah.
Sounds good. Well, next we have Serendipity, which is maybe like the poster child for rom-coms right there. Going up against The Wedding Singer.
Wedding Singer. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Even though I forget, I'm a first. Even though I forget that The Wedding Singer exists a lot, just because it's just one of those like weird movies in the middle of Adam Sandler's filmography in the 90s that I just forget about. It's good. And it's certainly, I'm pretty sure I saw Serendipity, but man, I remember like nothing about that movie. So I'll go with The Wedding Singer because at least it has memorable songs and stuff and some good stuff. So Wedding Singer.
Yeah, like the Wedding Singer is great. Like this is the one movie that I'll actually get my dad to actually watch freaking Adam Sandler movies. Like after he saw this, he actually started watching a bunch of Adam Sandler movies, and he hated Adam Sandler prior to this. So, Serendipity, I'm the same way as Austin. I literally remember like absolutely nothing about this movie. I saw it once way back when, but I don't remember it. So, but I go back to The Wedding Singer all the time. So, got to go with The Wedding Singer. Yeah, Richie.
I think the Serendipities are like a nice sort of charming movie. I remember I didn't watch it that long ago. So I remember enjoying what it was. But yeah, it's it's just your middle of the road a romantic comedy. Whereas Wedding Singer was on my top 64. I think this is I just think like this was back when people thought Adam Sandler could do no wrong. He was in a lot of great movies. There's a lot of great lines in this. The chemistry between Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore is just great. You believe that they could actually be a couple. And then the sort of the cameo like Billy Idol and it's fucking good in the John Lovett's little part in it. Wedding Singer for sure.
He's losing his mind, and I'm reaping all the benefits. Yeah, but Steven, what do you think?
I love Serendipity. I love both of these movies actually, but it just sucks that Serendipity has to go up against The Wedding Singer because I fell in love with Kate Beckinsale in this movie. I love her in this movie, and Eugene Levy is really funny. I know it's lost, but I'm still gonna go with Serendipity.
Yeah, sounds good. Malcolm?
Wedding Singer is probably in my top 5 favorite Adam Sandler movies. But I do really enjoy Serendipity, and just like Steven, I know it's lost, but I don't want it to be a easy victory for Wedding Singer, so I'm going to Serendipity.
Yeah. Well,
I fell in love with Kate Beckinsale and Underworld: Rise of the Lycans. That has to be.
The one Underworld that she's not in.
Right.
She's in it. Yeah, she is. Yeah. I'm looking at it right now.
She's in it. She's not the main star.
I'll give anybody on this panel $1 if you can tell me the subtitle of the 4th Underworld movie.
Is it Bloodline?
Awakening.
Blood Wars.
Wow, Steven got it. Awakening. How the fuck did you remember that? Underworld Awakening.
I've seen all of the Underworld movies. I actually really love the
Jesus.
first two.
There's 5 of those fucking movies. Blood Wars.
There's 5.
Jesus Christ.
Why?
Why?
And they're also remaking it.
Oh my
Those movies
god.
to me are in the same vein. Movies to me are in the same vein as like Transformers, like a really horribly written, like nothing of redeeming value except for the special effects are great.
Yeah, but like
love-
to me, it's like
I love the first two.
who was watching those movies? So like to keep making them. Like I don't know anybody that's seen all 5 of those movies.
Make
like
5?
who was
I've
watching
seen all
these
5
movies?
of them.
Yeah, you, Steve, you must be the complete box office. I don't know anybody's seen this shit.
Awakening is extremely mediocre, and Blood Wars is horrible. But
Blood Wars. I heard Blood Wars.
that one's okay.
Yeah.
But that one's okay. I actually, like I said, I actually really like the first 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, we have She's All That going up against Splash. Next, so who's up first? Me? Okay. So yeah, I saw Splash pretty recently when over on Christian Harloff's show he started talking about Splash and like quoting John Candy all the time. So like I gotta watch this freaking movie because they're like pretty.
Did you watch the Disney Plus version where they censored Daryl Hannah's ass in the water?
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, I went back and
I
watched that, but then I went back and looked up the real scene. I found it online. So
yeah, there you go.
And you take them to your favorites.
Right. But yeah, Splash is a lot of fun though. There's a lot of good chemistry between Tom Hanks and John Candy in it, and like it's pretty funny, and it's really well written. And I actually have not seen She's All That because like from the trailers you pretty much know every single plot point of the movie that it's just like with this nerdy girl that he wants to make hot, and then they end up falling for each other. So why do I need to watch it? I don't. So I'm gonna vote for Splash. So
it's exactly the movie you think it is from the trailer.
Yep.
And it hits all the beats.
Yeah.
It has been a long time since She's All That, but I watched not another teen movie before She's All That. Not another teen. The main plot is basically ripping off She's All That. It's parody.
What's a parody?
Parody. And it's I don't mind Splash, but I don't know. I do like She's All That. I think it is quintessentially 90s. It's got a very 90s cast. You know, Freddie Prinze Jr. when they thought he'd be a thing, and I think not long after this movie he just fell off the radar. I guess. I don't know. I have more of a connection with She's All That, and I've only seen Splash once, but so I'll go She's All That. But I know Splash pretty much.
She's All That from director Robert Isco, the director of From Justin to Kelly.
It's technically a rom-com, but it's not on this list. It didn't make the 128.
Ouch.
Sorry. But I will say that I do kind of have a thing for like super nerdy girls that get makeovers and become hot all of a sudden. Like for whatever reason, I just like am drawn to that kind of thing. But anyways, Steven, you're up next. So what do you got?
It's been a long time since I've seen both of these. Splash is definitely the better movie. She's All That is okay. It's just whatever. Splash is
hip, smart, and hilarious. You see the poster?
It's hip, smart, and hilarious.
Yeah.
Splash was definitely a very enjoyable movie, so I will go with Splash for sure.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you think?
Splash is a good movie. Like I saw it for the first time a couple of years ago. But She's All That is hip, smart, and hilarious, and I really, really like it a lot more than Splash. So I'm going She's All That.
Did you write the quote?
Sure. Yeah. Right.
From Malcolm Lay.
Malcolm Lay underneath it.
Malcolm Lay. This movie's all that.
Right.
Malcolm, how old are you? I'm trying to figure out how old you would have been when this movie came out.
Yeah.
Age is but a construct.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm 35 years old, so.
Okay, so you're actually not that much younger than me, just a few years.
Yep. Yeah, we're all pretty close to
I
the
feel
same
like
age.
we're all around the
This
same age,
movie,
correct?
this
Yeah.
movie made a big splash in my heart. Splash.
Yeah.
No, some dumb shit. No, yeah,
vote for Splash?
I'll vote for I'll vote for Splash. If Splash has John Candy, I'm voting for Splash. She's all that,
I
doesn't.
think Gene
And my
Wilder.
sister watched the shit out of this movie because we had it on VHS. So yeah, I got sick of it really quick. So yeah.
Daryl Hannah and Tom Hanks were made for each other. Oh, great.
Yeah, like I just like laugh, like thinking it says like this movie made a big splash or some dumb shit like that. Just include the whole thing. Include it all.
I wish they actually do that. They'll cut out pieces of people's reviews. So like if it has one positive word in it, they'll just use the one word. They've done that before on posters. Yeah.
Oh yeah, didn't they do that? For Little Nicky, I think they quoted Roger Ebert saying one of Sandler's better movies, but he still gave it a thumbs down.
Yeah, right.
Well, you could say like this movie's the opposite of funny, and they'll put the word "funny" on the poster with the quote of the person who said it, and they'll use that because technically they can. They've literally done shit like that. So yeah. Sorry, I know we're going long because we're just of our little asides, but I have to amuse myself when I'm not passionate about a whole lot of these movies. I just have to amuse myself.
Anyway, Splash,
yeah,
right?
Splash 3-2. Yeah, 3-2.
Yeah. Okay. But then next we have Can't Buy Me Love going up against The Devil Wears Prada, which is surprising on a lot of rom-com lists. I don't know if it's a rom-com, but so
it's got rom-com-ish elements.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The Richie first, right?
Yeah, Richie.
Yeah. What do you think?
Just an aside, I remember. I think it was like there was a pull quote on like it was like I think it was that stupid movie Reese Witherspoon Sofia Vergara movie Hot Pursuit, and it always said
God, yeah,
atrocious.
Good. Yeah, it's like it's just it was like some quote like action movie of the 2010. It was like the quote meant nothing. It's just like action movie of the 2010s. It's like it's just like
it's a movie.
Yeah. Here's a movie. Yeah.
In 90 minutes.
If you want to see something funny, go back and watch Christian Harloff and Mark Ellis just laugh themselves sick talking about the review of that movie. It's so good. Yeah.
I think my favorite review of theirs is when they're talking about Dumb and Dumber 2, and then Mark Ellis does the silly, and they just piss themselves in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Or like when they talk about that like Alice and Duty movie. I don't know which movie has Duty, but they go on about Duty. So yeah. But anyways.
But yeah, I haven't seen Can't Buy Me Love. Heard good things. I like Devil's Power as well. I can't remember a lot of the romantic elements of it, but I like Anne Hathaway. There's Emily. It was the first time I saw Emily Blunt in anything either as well. She's really good, sort of as really good as a bitch. So is Meryl Streep. And you can't go past Stanley Tucci. So I will. Yeah, I'll say Devil's Prada because I liked it more than I thought I was going to.
Yeah. Well, Steven?
I can't remember if I've seen Can't Buy Me Love. I might have when I was a kid. I do remember seeing a couple of movies with a very young Patrick Dempsey. But I don't remember any of it. Devil Wears Prada actually has a really good cast because not only Streep and Hathaway, but Stanley Tucci and Emily Blunt. I mean, that was probably the movie that introduced me to Emily Blunt, and she's really good in it. I will go with The Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah, sounds good. Malcolm, what do you think?
I consider Devil Wears Prada more of a romantic drama than anything. But I haven't seen Can't Buy Me Love, so I'm going to hesitantly go Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah. Austin?
Devil Wears Prada, just because I've seen it. I'm familiar with Can't Buy Me Love, but I haven't seen it. So
Yeah, well, I've not seen either one of these movies. So while you guys were all talking, I downloaded a coin flipping app. I'm gonna flip a coin because like I have could care less about either of these. So I'll show it to the camera, but I'm gonna hit it right here. So heads for Can't Buy Me Love, tails for Devil. So and it's heads. So there it is. So Can't Buy Me Love.
okay. Well, Devil Wears Prada still wins, I believe.
Oh yeah, sorry.
It was
Yeah.
Prada again.
Yeah, sorry. Just me on autopilot. Yeah, but up next we got 16 candles.
A lot of these rom-coms are on autopilot. The same shit over and over again.
Same thing.
There you go. There's a long duck dong, Jordan.
Right. Yeah, there's the one. Yep. Got him. It's Crazy Stupid Love. So
okay.
All right.
Yes, Steven.
So who's up first?
Steven.
Oh,
Steven.
I haven't seen 16 Candles. I like Crazy Stupid Love a lot, so I'll go with Crazy Stupid Love.
Yeah. Malcolm? What do you think?
Yeah, I like 16 Candles, but I gotta go Crazy Stupid Love.
Yeah. Austin?
Crazy Stupid Love, definitely.
Yeah. Well, I already talked about 16 Candles when I thought it was the other movie because they're like so interchangeable. So I'm not going to say anything more. 16 Candles. So Richie?
Yeah, I really love Crazy Stupid Love. I didn't really think I was. I didn't think I was going to. But like, yeah, that's just like the right. This is what like Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone. He first select really good chemistry. They've been in a few movies together, but yeah. But yeah, like and Steve Carell sort of playing a more sort of dramatic comedy role. He's really good, and it's just charming. It's a great cast, and it's really charming. So yeah, it's Crazy Stupid Love.
Yeah. Well,
and I really like that twist that happens towards the end of the movie. I actually didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. But Crazy Stupid Love it is. Next we have The Proposal. Going up against Moonstruck. So, all right.
Malcolm.
So, Malcolm.
Haven't seen Moonstruck, gonna go to The Proposal.
Yeah. Austin?
Yeah, I've only seen pieces of Moonstruck. It's whatever. And The Proposal has Betty White. Rest in peace. So, Proposal.
Yep, I've never seen Moonstruck either. I don't really care for Cher, so I never really want to run out and see it. Yeah. Yep.
Care for Cher.
I don't care for Cher, but with The Proposal though, anything that has Betty White rapping like a Little John song with like that has my vote. So yeah, I'm gonna vote for The Proposal.
In many ways, The Proposal is really cliche as fuck, but like it works for some reason. I don't know. Like I think chemistry with Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds is pretty good. But yeah, I think I'm not even saying this because she just passed away, but Betty White does steal this movie. She's really good in it. So and I haven't seen Moonstruck and have no really desire to, unless maybe one day I will. But yeah, so Proposal.
Well, come on. Cher won an Oscar for this movie, so it must be good, right?
Yeah, it must be. Yeah. But you're right, though. The Proposal is one of the more cookie cutter rom-coms that actually works, though. Like for me, like I actually love The Proposal. So, but Steven?
So I have seen at least some of Moonstruck. I think only it was a long time ago. I probably should give it a rewatch. But the thing is, I'm afraid to, because from what I remember, I found the characters to be like fingernails scratching a chalkboard irritating. Like Nicolas Cage was like really like irritating in this movie. So yeah, The Proposal easily for me.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see Moonstruck again on our Oscar series because it was nominated for Best Picture in 1988. So we'll see it again.
Right. Yeah, we'll be back.
Yeah,
we're not going to go far, but you never know. Crazy things happen. Malcolm, did you vote?
Yeah, you voted. Proposal wins. Yeah.
All right, Proposal it is. All right, I think we might have just one more.
We're about done.
Let's see. We got Big going up against Roman Holiday. So another classic one. So
Yeah.
uh,
I know. Weren't everybody getting roasted for because Roman Holiday Malcolm like didn't win your poll like the last one or something like that, and everybody who loves
Yeah.
it says it's like the best movie ever. I've never seen it, so I'm sorry I can't. Big is charming, although it gets really creepy when you really start thinking about certain things. There's a lot of shit in that movie that doesn't make any fucking sense. But
Yeah,
but I'll go
there-
Big. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I've never seen Roman Holiday either, but it's probably one of the classic ones that we'll probably get to fairly soon. But like Big, I really like Big. Like I'm not gonna sing the whole like little song that
Yeah.
they sing, down down baby, down down to sugar pop, all
Mhm.
that. But because I haven't memorized. But like Big has one of my most paused moments as a kid. It's like the moment when he's like filling like the girls like bra. When I was really little, I would like pause that scene like all the time.
Elizabeth Perkins.
Yeah. but yeah, I'm gonna vote Big just because it's fun. Like every time you see a Zoltar machine, like that's always fun too. Then when you see one out in public, you can spot one in the wild, you know. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm gonna go Big. But all right.
So yeah, I think you got one movie that's sort of bigger on the comedy and not so much on the romance. You got one movie that's bigger on the romance, not so much on the comedy.
Yeah.
I just think maybe the more quintessential sort of romance movie is Roman Holiday, but I like Big, but I'll go Roman Holiday.
Yeah. Steven?
Yeah, Roman Holiday is actually one of the. I haven't watched that many older, the older classics, but Roman Holiday is actually one that I have seen, and I actually do like it a lot. But I love Big too. But I'll just by a crack go for Roman Holiday.
All right.
Yeah, sounds good. Malcolm?
Yeah, I mean, Big is one of those movies that when you look back on it now, it's actually a really creepy premise.
Mhm.
It is
Kid, an adult falling in love with a kid, even though, like, granted, they don't know it's a kid at the time, but it's still really creepy when you analyze it. But it's also one of those ones that I actually see it more as just a pure comedy than romantic comedy, and for that reason, I'm going to go for Roman Holiday.
Yeah.
All right. Roman Holiday.
Let's-
I get more hung up on the
Holiday
stuff in
gonna make
Big
it.
where he's like renting a fucking penthouse apartment on his $150 a week salary with no identification and no paperwork whatsoever. Like I'm like, what the fuck? Like, there's no way he
Yeah.
can. And like,
No
I'm like,
way.
how long has he been? Is he like? Has he been this guy? It's been that movie takes place over like 3 weeks and he's doing all this shit like. That you were doing like years, in real life. Like I just, there's stuff like that in that movie
like
that's weird.
Well,
I
doesn't Big
mean,
have
if
like a
Peter
John
Parker
Lovitz cameo in it?
The what?
Where he's like, well, he doesn't have a John Lovitz cameo. Where like he gets his paycheck,
Yeah,
he's
he's
like
in the movie.
$150. He's like,
Yeah,
all excited. He's like,
yeah.
yeah, they really screw you or whatever.
Of course, I love the classic piano scene.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
It's
if Peter
iconic.
Parker could do the exact same thing as Spider-Man No Way Home, get an apartment without identification,
Without anybody knowing he exists.
He's supposed to still be in high
I
school.
love that.
He doesn't exist.
But that's the end of
Yeah.
round one. So the first round went fast. Second one went a little long, but that's fine.
It's okay. Well,
The
I'm
second
not
side.
super passionate about any of these movies, so we'll fucking plow through these movies to
Yeah, we're
finish.
still well under 3 hours. This could be a
Oh, yeah.
shorter than usual episode.
We'll plow through
Good,
it.
yeah.
We'll go through
I mean,
it
was
quickly.
it?
So
Do we go long in the second thing, or do we go long, duck long in the second?
yeah, right. Long dot down. Yep.
Let me know when we get to the 16 so I can put that in my note app for the future episode. So it'll be whichever ones make it through this one. We'll go to the 16.
They'll be the ones that make
Yeah.
it in from these brackets.
Right.
This is
Yeah, from these
32,
ones.
so.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
so
just going to
right
jot
here.
them down as we go because I did that for the one crazy night thing. So, yeah.
Cool.
All right.
So yeah, we got Never Been Kissed up against Some Like It Hot. So
All right, Jordan, you're up first. Yeah.
Never Been Kissed.
Okay.
Richie?
Some Like It Hot.
Yeah. Steven?
Never Been Kissed.
Yeah.
Malcolm?
And Malcolm?
Never Been Kissed.
Austin?
And I would have gone Some Like It Hot, but Never Been Kissed moves on.
Yeah. Never Been Kissed. All right. So it'll make it into the championship. First one. So then we got 2 weeks notice up against Easy A.
Okay, Richie?
This is easy, eh? Easy, eh?
Yeah.
Yep. Easy A if you're from Canada. Yeah. But Steven?
I mean, I haven't seen Easy A, so I got to go with 2 weeks notice.
Yeah. Malcolm?
I haven't seen 2 weeks notice. I've got to go Easy A.
Austin?
Well, Easy A gets an easy A in my book.
Yeah.
Easy A.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder if any of the film critics actually did that.
I guarantee
right?
they did. I 100%
Oh, yeah.
guarantee that was in a
Easy
thing.
A.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen both of them, but I gotta go Easy A. Better movie.
And it'd be like somebody, and I'm sure somebody was like, "I give this movie 2 weeks notice before it bombs at the box office."
Yeah.
I give Hugh Grant's career 2 weeks notice.
2 weeks notice,
Yeah.
and here in America, he's only going to survive in
okay.
Britain.
Not
I mean,
related to.
Yeah.
Hugh Grant's still going strong.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, some asshole critic like said that shit like when he started making American movies. They're like, this ain't gonna last very long.
I remember when the movie "I'll Be Home for Christmas" came out. They said, "I'll be on home video by Christmas."
Yeah. Right.
Well, that movie sucks so bad.
That was so terrible.
Unless you're a Jonathan Taylor Thomas fan, but like even if you are, it still sucks.
That movie still sucks. He's a hateable douchebag in that movie.
Yeah.
Ironically, I'm not a Jonathan Taylor Thomas fan, and I didn't mind the movie.
Oh my god, Matt, let's move on.
I didn't mind it either. I didn't hate it. I just didn't love it. So, but but we got Bridget Jones's Diary up against The Princess Bride.
All right, Steven.
Princess Bride.
Yeah. Malcolm.
This is Balmary Bridget Jones' Diary.
Austin.
Bridget Jones.
I gotta go with The Princess Bride. So it's on you, Richie.
Bridget Jones.
Oh,
hey,
man,
Bridget Jones. Be upset. All right.
It's definitely an upset. Yeah. Yeah.
Jot that one in your diary, Bridget. You beat Princess Bride.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Jot that one down. Yeah. Yeah. But we got My Best Friend's Wedding up against Something's Gotta Give.
Ooh.
All right. Malcolm.
Malcolm.
My best friend's wedding.
Yeah. Austin.
Very easy for me. Something's got to give.
Well, I've never seen either one of these, but based on all the rest of you guys, like Something's Gotta Give, it just seems like the better movie. So I'll go.
It's got
Something's Gotta
Keanu.
Give.
It's got Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. Keanu Reeves, sure. Like, I'll vote for that.
Mm-hmm.
He's my top 5 favorite actors. So
Something's gonna give.
Richie?
Something's gonna give.
Yeah. Steven?
I would have gone with My Best Friend's Wedding.
Oh,
Yeah.
close though. Something's got to give.
Something's Gotta Give.
Right.
Will be in the championship. We got My Big Fat Greek Wedding up against Grumpy Old Man. So.
Okay. At first, I like Grumpy Old Men, but Greek Wedding's still in my top 64, so Greek Wedding.
Yeah. I've never seen Grumpy Old Men, so My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Richie?
Yeah, Greek Wedding.
Yeah. Steven?
I haven't seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding, so I would have gone with Grumpy Old Men.
Yeah. Malcolm?
Greek wedding.
Well, Greek Wedding it is. We're going to have a Greek wedding tonight.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
The grumpy old men aren't going to be invited to this wedding.
No. Yeah. Not at all.
You saw this film.
Yeah. But we got 13 going on 30 up against 5.
All I want to do is make puns every time something moves on. From now on. Oh, this one will be easy if Failure to Launch. Well, with these titles, this one will be pretty easy if one of them doesn't move on. Jordan?
To me? I've never seen Failure to Launch, so... Well, actually, I haven't seen it all the way through. I've seen bits and pieces, I guess. Yeah, right. Yeah, so I'm going to go with 13 going on 30. because that's the moment that I hit the power button, turned it off, right?
Mhm.
But Richie,
Failure to launch.
yeah,
Steven?
Steven,
I love Jennifer Garner. 13 going on 30.
yeah, Malcolm,
13 going on 30.
all right,
Yeah, I
Austin,
also go 13 going on 30.
all right,
More like
She's
failure to
13.
make money at the box office.
Yeah, yeah, right. I was gonna say more like 13 going on Sweet 16. Heyo.
yeah, right. Hey,
While failure to launch failed to move on.
yeah, right.
Yes.
Failure to,
Failed to advance. Yep.
failure to launch careers. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Yeah. We have when Harry met Sally up against While You Were Sleeping. Because they're easy to make puns out of.
Yeah, Richie. Too
So
easy.
easy.
Richie.
Yeah.
Well, I was while I was sleeping. I was in the movie theater watching While You Were Sleeping. I saw when Harry met Sally.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
When Harry met Sally.
Yeah. Malcolm?
We never met Telly.
Austin?
Yeah, Harry Met Sally. Pretty easy.
Yeah, I gotta go with Harry Met Sally. So
Well, while you were sleeping, when Harry Met Sally moved on to the 3 Sweet 16. Heyo.
yeah. Hey need some sound effects. But I'm ching.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we have Legally Blonde going up against Four Weddings and a Funeral. So with Steven,
All right,
you're up.
Steven. Mm-hmm.
4 weddings and a funeral, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess. Malcolm?
Yeah.
Very passionate.
4 weddings and a funeral.
Yeah. Austin?
Legally Blonde.
Well, I've never seen Four Weddings and a Funeral, but I did not like Legally Blonde. So Four Weddings and a Funeral. So
Yeah, but what happens if you like 4 weddings even less?
I don't know. Then I made a mistake. Well, we'll have to suffer the consequences.
Four weddings and a funeral.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. 4 weddings it is. All right.
More like Legally Bombed at the box office. That didn't actually.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. It kind of rhymes almost, sort of. Let's see. We got The Parent Trap. Oh no, it's not. Oh yeah, it is because Walkman shouldn't be there.
Yeah,
That's right. So yeah.
Yeah.
I threw myself
All
off.
right.
All right. But we got The Parent Trap up against 27 Dresses.
27 Dresses. All right, Malcolm.
27 Dresses.
Austin.
I don't know why, but I'll just vote 27 Dresses.
Yeah.
I don't know.
why either. What are
I
you
think it's
doing?
more of a rom-com than Parent Trap
Yeah.
is.
Well, I have not seen 27 Dresses, so The Parent Trap.
Yeah, the
Richard?
Parent Trap. The Parent Trap.
Yeah. Steven?
27 dresses.
Oh,
Hey.
all right. 27 Dresses. We've got 27 reasons to move on to the next
Well,
round.
the parents are trapped in the 32 because they're not going to make it to the Sweet 16.
Yep. They're trapped. Yeah. But
The parents would be trapped in the theater while your kid's having fun while we're watching this boring movie.
Boring.
yeah,
This movie.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And actually,
just
Mean
ignore
Girls.
that. The one right there. We got Love Actually versus Mean Girls. So Austin.
Mean Girls.
This one's actually kind of tough for me. I'm probably gonna go Mean Girls though. I think. Yeah. Richie.
This was an insult to the word tough. It means kills.
Yeah. Steven?
The one that's actually a rom-com, Love Actually.
Yeah. Malcolm?
You know I'm going to say Love Actually.
Yeah. Well, even so,
Mean Girls.
Mean Girls.
3-2.
Yes.
Love Actually a shitty movie?
Yeah.
Actually overrated.
Yeah. Actually overrated, yeah. But there's something about Mary up against Hitch. So, it's me first. Man, this one's tough. Oh, like I really like both of these. Probably. I just go with There's Something About Mary because I'm a Ben Stiller fan. So, Richie.
I don't just because it's probably a more charming. I'm gonna Hitch here. Actually.
Yeah. Steven?
Hitch.
All right. Malcolm?
I'm going to vote for the movie out of these that's not overrated. That's Hitch.
Yeah.
You woke up and chose violence
Austin?
today. You fucking.
Well, if There's Something About Mary hadn't been so overexposed in my hotel rooms, I would have voted for it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go Hitch.
Oh,
I've been
okay.
inundated with that fucking movie, so I'll go Hitch.
I'm fine with it. Yeah.
Right.
I do think Something About Mary's kind of overrated a little. Yeah. Even though I voted
It's not
for
my
it.
favorite movie from the Farley brothers.
Yeah.
But so you're saying
Yeah.
like movie 43?
No.
Hey, movie 43's got some nice rom-com in there with Chris Pratt and
right.
Anna Faris, her shitting all. Yeah, it's very romantic.
I mean, it does also have a
Shitting
segment
Richie, guys.
called Superior Dating Sessions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it also has a real life wife and husband in it with Naomi Watts and Liam Schreiber.
Yeah.
I
Well,
wouldn't
not
know because I
anymore.
only watched the first 3 segments and then shut that pile of shit off. So yeah. But
There's also a great date between Kate Winslet and Hugh Jackman.
yeah.
So maybe you should put movie 43 the next one.
Yeah.
It should be in the rom-com list. I'd vote for it.
We have 10 Things I Hate About You up against The Notebook. So, and
All right,
who's
Richard.
first? Is it Richie?
10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah. Steven?
The one that's actually a comedy, 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah. Malcolm?
10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah. Austin?
10 Things.
Yeah, I got to go 10 things all day. So, 10 things it is. All right. So, then we got 51st Dates up against What Women Want. So,
Okay. Steven?
Ooh, this one's tough, actually. You know what? Just because it's got more of the romance in it, I'll go with 51st Dates.
Yeah. Malcolm?
51st Dates.
Austin?
Yeah, 51st Dates because it's not 2 hours and 7 minutes long. Holy shit.
Yeah, right.
You know,
Why?
Yeah.
What Woman Want doesn't actually feel like it's that long.
It feels longer than that
It
for
doesn't.
Drew Barrymore, though. She has to relive the fucking same day all over again.
Yeah, same day.
Right.
Yeah, but you don't know that.
Yeah. I'm going to go 51st Dates. Pretty easy.
51st Dates.
Well, 51st
All
Dates, then it is. All right. So up next, we got The Wedding Singer up against Splash. So,
Harder.
Another Adam Sandler movie.
yeah.
And Malcolm.
Wedding Singer.
Yeah. Austin?
Yeah, I'll go Wedding Singer.
Yeah, just because I'm more familiar with it. Like, I really do like Splash, but I just saw it recently, so I needed to give it some time. So I'll go with The Wedding Singer.
Yeah, Wedding Singer.
Yeah. Steven?
well, Wedding Singer moves on, which I'm glad, so that we get a Adam Sandler's match.
Oh, yeah,
next time.
Face Off.
Yeah. Adam Sandler's Face Off.
So now I feel free to vote for Splash since Wedding Singer moves on anyways.
Sure, yeah. Why not? Show some love.
Splash didn't
Well,
make
it
a big
failed.
splash into our final 16.
Yeah.
Oh, I
right.
was going to say the same thing. Splash didn't make that much of a splash in here tournament fights tonight. Oh,
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. We had the Devil
Great
Wears
minds think
Prada.
alike.
yeah.
We got Crazy Stupid Love, which both have a high heel sitting there in the poster. So, yeah. it's awesome.
Yeah, me first. I'll go Crazy Stupid Love.
Yeah, I'm going to go Crazy Stupid Love because I've never seen the Devil Wears Prada. Richie?
If you edit out all those, all the other actors on a poster of Crazy Stupid Love, does that not look like it could be a poster for 40-year-old virgin?
Yeah. It's true.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Anyway, Crazy Stupid Love.
Yeah. Steven?
Well, they're both heavy on the comedy, but one's bit more with the romance. So I will go with Crazy Stupid Love.
Yeah. Steven Doe was the more literal one of the group, which is nice. We need that. So yeah. Malcolm.
Crazy Stupid Love.
Yeah. All right, Crazy Stupid Love. It is.
Well, the devil wears Prada, but the devil certainly can't make it to the Sweet 16.
No, the devil ain't wearing nothing.
From
Yeah.
Prada to Nada.
Yeah. Yeah, there you
That's
go.
an actual movie, though,
That's
right?
an actual movie. Yeah, so
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. We have The Proposal up against
I
Roman
think it's a
Holiday.
Lindsay Lohan movie too. For the
Okay. Well, I think it's Richie, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Or no, Jordan. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's me at
Yeah.
first. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I will go with The Proposal. I've not seen Roman Holiday. Richie?
Roman Holiday.
Yeah. Steven?
Okay, time to be literal again. Roman Holiday is the better movie, but The Proposal has more comedy in it, so I'll go with The Proposal.
More of a rom-com, yeah. Malcolm?
Roman Holiday.
Yeah. What's up to you, Austin?
Proposal.
All right. The Proposal it is, which is good. I actually really like The
Roman
Proposal.
Holiday is going to take a holiday away from the top 16.
Yeah,
right.
Like a holiday somewhere else on another show.
Like a holiday in Rome. Yeah. But that's it. So those will be our Sweet 16. But the next ones will be the one that will end up in our poll for tomorrow. So, well, those over in the Showdown Friends and Family group. All right. So let me zoom it out here. All right. So we got Never Been Kissed up against Easy A.
Okay, Richie.
So who's up first?
Easy A.
Yeah. Steven?
Never Been Kissed.
Yeah. Malcolm?
You ever been kissed?
Austin?
Easy A.
Yeah. Well, this one's easy for me. Never Been Kissed. So I'm going to Easy A.
All right, never.
Although I do like Never Been Kissed, but I don't know if it's believable that Drew Barrymore cannot be noticed that she's, in a as a high school student.
Yeah, right. Like, if Drew Barrymore was walking down the halls of my high school, I'd notice her. Absolutely. Right?
I mean, she's clearly older than being a teenager.
True. Yeah. For that reason too. Yeah. Right. Oh yeah. Yeah. But we have Bridget Jones's Diary versus Something Gotta Give. Right? Is that right? Or one of those advents that I not did.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's only Walk to Remember on the other side. It's the outline.
Yeah, that's all screwed up. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Steven.
Oh, Something's Gotta Give.
Yeah. Malcolm?
Bridget Jones' Diary.
Yeah. Austin?
Something's Gotta Give.
Yeah, I don't like Bridget Jones' Diaries, and I've never seen Something Gotta Give, so Something's Gotta Give.
What's that? Bridget Jones.
It's on you, Steve.
No, Steven voted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Steven voted. It's Something's Gotta Give. Moved on.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
3-2.
Sounds good. We got My Big Fat Greek Wedding against 13 Going on 30.
Oh, man.
Okay. All right. Malcolm.
Can we just hold this a tie and move them both forward?
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna go Greek Wedding.
Yeah. Austin?
Greek Wedding.
I'm gonna go 13 Going on 30. Richie?
Greek Wedding.
Yeah. Steven?
13 Going on 30. Bye, Jen.
Yeah. Bye, Jens.
More like 13 Going on Loser.
Yeah. 13 Going on Nothing.
How about My Big Fat Greek Victory? Yeah.
We got when Harry Met Sally up against 4 Weddings and a Funeral.
Oh shit, that's a classic one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm up
Who's
first. I'll go Harry Met Sally.
I've never seen 4 Weddings, so I gotta go with When Harry Met Sally. Richie?
When Harry Met Sally.
Yeah. Steven?
When Harry Met Sally.
Yeah. Malcolm?
Yeah, for When Harry Met Sally.
Yeah. When Harry Met Sally it is.
Clean sweep.
Clean sweep. Nice.
When Harry met the
Right,
pole in our
Yeah, right?
in the showdown page tomorrow. All right.
Yeah.
Nice. And,
Met the pole.
so it's not a walk to remember.
Nah, it's 27 Dresses versus Mean Girls. So,
All right,
me
Jordan.
first? Yeah, I've never seen 27 Dresses, so Mean Girls. Richie?
Mean Girls.
Yeah. Steven?
I will concede that Mean Girls is better, but 27 Dresses is more of a rom-com, so I will go with 27 Dresses.
Sounds good. Malcolm?
27 Dresses.
What are you doing, guys?
Yeah. Austin?
We're voting for rom-coms.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Oh, yeah, you voted for the Mean Girls, right?
I don't give a shit that it's more of a rom-com. Mean Girls is a better fucking movie. Mean Girls.
Well, I conceded that it
Mean Girls
is.
it is. The better movie, yeah. He conceded. He is very conceited, right? No. But we got Hitch going up against 10 Things I Hate About You. Ooh.
Ooh, that's a
Kinda
tough one. All right, Richie.
Oh man. Oh, what was it? The fucking
Yeah.
Not Hitch.
Yeah. Steven?
10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah. Malcolm?
Only one of these movies have got Kevin James dancing, and that's Hitch.
Yeah. Austin?
I'll put the pressure on Jordan and say 10 things.
Well, this one's easy for me. 10 Things. Like, it's one of my favorites of all time. So,
All right, fair enough.
I'm probably always going to vote for that.
Hitch, but didn't.
Yeah.
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 Uh-huh.
And one of those movies has Kevin James spilling mustard on his shirt at a sporting event. Yeah.
Mhm.
But we got the Adam Sandler matchup now. 51st Dates for Be the Wedding Singer.
I mean,
All
Adam
right.
Sandler and Drew Barrymore matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Shoot.
Yeah. Steven.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm pretty sure Wedding Singer is going to win this, but I already said that 51st Dates is my favorite of the pairing. So 51st Dates.
Yeah. Malcolm?
Wedding Singer is my favorite of the pairing, so Wedding Singer.
Yeah. Austin?
Wedding Singer.
Yeah. Well, say Wedding Singer is the better movie, but just for nostalgia reasons, I'm going to go 51st Dates.
Richie.
So it's on you, Richie.
Surely it can be nostalgia reasons for Wedding Singer as well. It's an older movie. But like, yeah, I'll say Wedding Singer.
Yep.
All right.
Not mad about
All
it because Wedding Singer is
All right.
great.
Okay.
Yeah. And we got Crazy Stupid Love up against The Proposal.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I'm glad I'm
Is
not
that both
first.
2009?
Yeah.
Or 2009, 2011, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Malcolm.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
This is easy. Crazy Stupid Love.
Yeah. Austin.
Crazy Stupid Love.
I'm gonna go with The Proposal. These are neck and neck for me. I really like them both. So.
No, Crazy Stupid Love is a better film. So Crazy Stupid Love.
Yeah.
Mm.
Steven?
That makes this a little easier for me. I'll go with The Proposal so that it is somewhat close.
Yeah. Sounds good, but it's Crazy
All
Stupid
right.
Love.
Well, we got our 8 for this episode. All
Yep.
right.
That'll be the 8
All right,
from
we're almost
part
done.
1. We just
All
gotta
right.
get a final
See what
4 here.
Final 4. Here we go.
Right. Let's see. With the ones that make the final 4, it could be a little preview of what might be some heavy contenders for the championship round. So let's see. I'll zoom it out here. We got Never Been Kissed up against, I believe, Something's Gotta Give. Okay.
Something's Gotta Give.
That's what it is,
Okay. All right, I'm up
Yeah.
first. I'll go with old Jack and Diane. Something's Gotta Give.
Well, Something's Gotta Give, and that something has never been kissed. So,
Mm-hmm.
Richie,
I'll go. Something's Gotta Give.
Steven?
Well, I know my sister loves Never Been Kissed, but I'm going with Something's Gotta Give.
Yeah. Screw your sister, right? Yeah. Malcolm?
I mean, I don't think Stephen goes that way, but
Yeah, right.
Oh God! I was gonna,
Yeah, it sounded kind of wrong.
I wasn't going to
I was like, wait a minute. No, I mean it that way.
Now we're getting into Joe Dirt territory. I'm your sister. I'm your sister. Oh, you're my
Yeah.
sister.
Yeah.
but anyway, I would have gone Never Been Kissed because I was hoping to get Drew Barrymore finals. So
Yeah. That would've been fun,
Something's
but-
Gotta Give. 3-2.
Something's Gotta Give. And that something is Something's Gotta Give.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. But we got My Big Fat Greek Wedding up against.
Oh
And
man!
Harry Miss Sally. Oh, fuck.
fuck me.
Might be hard
All
for
right,
some
Jordan.
of you. But this one's pretty easy. When Harry Met Sally from me. So,
Shit.
Richie?
Richie?
Jesus. Hopefully keep it. I'll say Greek Wedding.
yeah. Steven?
When Harry Met Sally.
Yeah. Malcolm?
Welcome.
I mean, Harry Met Sally's already made the poll. Everyone and it's already made the finals. But I'm here for throwing spanners in the wrenches here. Greek Wedding.
Sure, yeah. Austin?
Well, Harry Miss Sally's great, but Greek Wedding's still in my 64. Greek Wedding.
Well, it's Greek Wedding that advances, right?
Oh,
Yeah, 3-2.
Yeah,
Greek Wedding pulls the
yeah.
upset. Yeah.
3-2, yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
All
I mean,
right.
as I said, when Harry Met
Okay.
Sally's already in the poll, and it's like it's
Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone
it
votes
pulls
for it.
down a
It's
lot.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll probably get a lot of votes, but let's see.
Mean Girls, 10 Things.
Down here, okay, yeah. Mean Girls, 10 Things, okay.
All right,
So-
Richie.
Richie.
Look, you were making the argument before. I'll make it now, just because I want Mean Girls to go far. I'll go 10 Things.
All right. Steven?
10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah. Malcolm?
I'm going to grudgingly go Mean Girls.
Begrudgingly. What do you mean?
All right.
begrudgingly?
Yeah.
Because he doesn't think it's a rom-com, that's why. So you're not going to
yeah.
vote for the actual one that is a rom-com, which is 10 Things, which is what I'm voting for.
Yep, same here. That's the one I'm voting for, hands down. So.
I mean, I think 10 Things is good, but I don't think it should have gone this far.
Mhm.
Oh, yes, it should have. You shut your mouth, Malcolm. No, I'm just kidding. No, you're good.
Wedding.
The Wedding Singer versus Crazy Stupid
Crazy
Love.
Okay.
Ooh.
Steven. It's a
Steven.
tough one, too.
Yeah, this one is tough.
I'll go with Crazy Stupid Love.
Yeah. Malcolm?
The Wedding Singer.
Austin?
Yeah, it's like Adam Sandler or Steve Carell.
Yeah. Like the two best rom-coms from each.
Yeah. Crazy Stupid Love, but I'm glad Wedding Singer made it because it's one of his more quality movies.
I think I'm going to go for The Wedding Singer. Yeah.
All right, it's up to you, Richie.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
God, why what was fucking?
Sorry. Yep.
You should be happy actually that it's up to you.
it's like sometimes you're happy to get the tiebreaker because you like put in your favorite, and sometimes it's like, oh, but these two are both fucking great, and
Yeah,
you don't
right.
want to eliminate either one of them. Yeah.
They're
We'll
both
bring you on the
great.
show, Richie, to make these tough decisions.
Yeah.
That's why you're on like every episode.
Yeah.
They're both great. One's in my top 64, and that's Wedding Singer. Let's put that through.
Yeah,
But,
Wedding
All
Singer.
right,
Let's
Wedding
go.
Singer. Okay.
Right. Yeah. So we got Something's Gotta Give, which surprisingly we got a lot farther than I thought it would.
It's the underdog. The elderly have made it this far. The underdog of the tournament so far. Yeah.
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 Up against My Big Fat Greek Wedding. So,
All right, Malcolm.
Greek wedding.
Austin.
Fucking Greek wedding for the win. I'm finally glad it's getting some goddamn. I think it got eliminated. I have a grudge because like I think I had it on my 64 thing and it got eliminated in like the first round. I was kind of pissed. So I'm glad it's made it this far. So yeah, Greek wedding. I love that movie.
Well, I've never seen Something's Gotta Give, so and even though I think My Big Fat Greek Wedding is okay, I don't think it's bad. It's okay. So I'm gonna vote for My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Hey,
So. Richie?
I think, well, obviously it's lost, but I'll give some love to Something's Gotta Give.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Steven? You gonna?
Well, I haven't seen Greek Wedding, and it beat When Harry Met Sally, so I'll go with Something's Gotta
Give. All right, man. This is like the little underdog that could.
Wait, no. Greek wedding won 3-2.
It's still 3-2.
No.
Sure?
Yes, it did.
Yeah. Greek went.
Malcolm voted for Greek wedding. I voted for Greek wedding, and so did you, Jordan.
For some reason, I thought Malcolm voted for Something's Gotta Give. Okay. Yeah.
No.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
No.
Okay. Well, then, all right. Then it's hanging in there. All right. 10 Things I Hate About You versus The Wedding Singer. You, Austin, right? I think you're.
Yeah. Just to make it easier for my next vote, I'll say 10 Things I Hate About You.
All right.
Richie.
I don't know.
Or no, Jordan. I'm sorry.
But
to me, it makes it easier to vote against something that I like less than the other one, if that makes sense. Like in the next round, if it makes it.
But you got to think about who which one the rest of us might vote for. You know. So, because
no, I don't. I'm selfish.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. But 10 things. Richie?
Wedding Singer.
Yeah. Steven? It's tough.
10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh, God. No.
Malcolm? It's up to you.
To make it easy for my next vote and harder for Austin, I'm going to go the Wedding Singer.
Oh, all right. That's
well, it doesn't matter that
right.
10 things makes it through 3-2.
10 things.
I'm sorry, Jordan. 10 things won 3-2.
That's why I have a co-host, because I can't keep track of these votes on the
That's why I track it on the paper.
Yeah.
All right, this is it. The finals. My Big Fat Greek Wedding versus 10 Things I Hate About You. All right.
All right. So
all right, Jordan. Jordan, you're up first.
Well, you already know where I'm going. I'm going 10 things. So, Richie.
Greek Wedding.
Steven?
10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah. Malcolm?
Greek Wedding.
Oh, we already know where it's going.
my big fat Greek championship, baby. Fuck yeah. Let's do it. Yeah.
It's gone. Sorry.
Yes. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. It's about goddamn time that movie put some respect on that name. It's a fucking great movie.
Nice. Movie Fat Greek Wedding.
I guess I should see this, but it just never looked that great to me.
It's fucking great. It's awesome. It's a great movie. I'm serious.
Okay
it's awesome
for me, but I do understand why people like it though. Like I really do. So yeah,
it's very rewatchable. Like very, very rewatchable. I could watch this movie a lot, and I wouldn't get sick of it. It's really good.
It lost really early on in the Rom-Com tournament I'm doing on the Facebook page.
I know that's unfortunate. So I'm glad I got love on this one because that made me mad.
Now I just want to go around to people who didn't tune in tonight and be like, "What are your thoughts on My Big Fat Greek Wedding?" I'm just curious, just to see. Like,
and Malcolm, are you as surprised as anybody that Greece is like hanging on like as far as it has? Like Greece is just like
Although
as of right now,
I haven't checked the poll. I haven't checked the poll yet, but it's going to probably it's looking like it's going to lose to Coming to America.
Which is not really. Grease is more of the romantic comedy.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that Grease lasted this long because it's a popular movie.
Well, here's the thing. The only reason I'm surprised about Grease being here is a lot of discourse that I've heard about Grease lately is that it's definitely not a good message anymore.
Change who you are. To be with them.
Yeah.
Wait until
I
Grease
mean,
2, though.
That's
Grease 2 is almost
part
worse.
of the reason I'm really surprised it's hanging
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
If you want to get with John Travolta, you got to dress like a whore. Yeah, great message. Start smoking cigarettes, put on some high heels, and act like a whore. There you go. Great message for the kids.
Yeah.
Because
then people pay attention to you.
Because I was probably I was more surprised that Greece won its first matchup because it was up against Pretty Woman. So that was weird by surprise.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
weird
but Pretty
by
Woman
surprise.
got knocked out in this tournament very early too. So yeah,
crazy. Yeah, but
yeah.
Although talking about Greece, is it in the next round?
It probably will be, wouldn't it? It'll be the next
I don't
one.
know, maybe.
Well, I was gonna ask you guys: do you guys consider Grease a rom-com? Because it's one of the ones I forgot to add, but it could replace one of the lesser ones from Grease. I'd be willing to do that. It's not there.
I don't have that passion for Grease really, so it doesn't really bother me if it's not in the list.
But based on how good it's doing in Malcolm's poll, I kind of feel like it has to be.
I mean, like honestly, I do consider it a rom-com because there is comedic elements to it, and
I would say we should add it.
Regardless of the message, it's definitely a rom-com.
Yeah.
And Steven gave
me
when
we go off the air, Jordan, name some of the more mediocre ones on your list, and we'll replace something that nobody gives a shit about. Yeah.
Well, Steven,
because I don't know what the other ones are.
You gave me a recommendation for one, Jerry Maguire. Like that one needs to be on there, and it's not, so I'm gonna add it.
I love Jerry Maguire. I would definitely, depending on what it's up against, of course, would vote for that.
You had me at hello. Yeah. Yeah, but
I'm a huge Cameron Crowe fan, so
nice. Well, I think that'll do it for us tonight. So that'll be part one of our rom-com series. Part 2 will be airing in roughly about a month from now. If any of you guys want to come back on, you're all welcome back on for the next one. So we'll sign you up if you want to be a part of it. So
the default crew that's available for to do rom-coms, and we'll come back for more puns.
If there's any females watching tonight that watch this on the replay, hit me up because we definitely want to have a female voice in this thing. So if you're female and you want to be on, we're normally just have been trying to go with just 5 people for tournament fights, but we make an exception if we can get a female on because I think rom-coms like kind of deserve a female voice. So, but with that'll do it for us tonight. So we'll just go around the horn. You can tell us where we can find you if you have anything you want to promote. So we'll start with Richie. Where can we find you?
Yeah, just Rich Goodacre online. I'm mostly on here or on Jordan Owen's channel. I think the next thing I'm on is the Oscars one. That should be fun. And then so I'm on quite a few. And you can find me around. I do sort of normal trivia here now and again. Not as active as I used to be, but I'll probably get it back into full on trivia soon. So just I'm around.
Yeah, sounds good. Steven, where can we find you?
There's all over social media, Letterboxd, at Shepherd82. As far as here goes, I think the next one I have lined up is Jordan Owen's Top 64, which is in March 4th.
I'm on that one too.
Yeah. You're on all of them, Richie, so don't worry. On every single one. But cool, yeah. Malcolm, where can we find you?
You can find me on Tape View Productions, where I host Rom-Com every Saturday. This week is Top Shelf Movies starring wrestlers. You can also find me hosting trivia over on Full Metal and popping up around here every now and then. I think the next one I'm slotted for is Oscars.
We got you
on March.
We got you on the Oscars one. So not the next one, but I think the one following.
Yeah, it's in March. I know that much. It's 92 to 2003.
Yeah, I'm in that one too.
It's on March 15th. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, 92 to 2003. So yep, we got both of you guys down for that. So yeah, but Austin, where can we find you?
Yeah. Tomorrow night, Henry Confidential and I will be doing Let's Rank stuff, another episode. We had to call an audible because we were going to do Kevin Smith movies, but Red State is like not available anywhere on this planet. It's not available digitally to rent anywhere, to stream anywhere. The DVDs and Blu-rays are out of print. Like it's not available anywhere. So
if we lived in the same country, I would send it to you. And
here's the thing. No, it's more for Henry. I saw it in the theater, so I have seen it. But yeah, it's like, for rewatching purposes, it's just unavailable anywhere, and he's never seen it. So we just had to put that episode on hold. There's some rights issue with the distribution. It's weird. So instead, we're doing a series that neither one of us had previously seen any of the movies of. We're doing Lethal Weapon. So this first time watching all the Lethal Weapon movies for both of us.
Oh,
never seen any of them. Nope.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm familiar with them, obviously, but like I've never sat down and watched them all the way through. So we're going to be ranking Lethal Weapon movies.
A lot of people argue Lethal Weapon is a better Christmas movie than Die Hard.
No,
Yeah.
No, it's not. I will not be arguing that.
Yeah.
Well, you've seen it then?
Yeah.
Well, I've watched the first three. I got to watch the other one tomorrow before the show, the fourth one. So I've seen the first three already. Yeah.
I just saw it for the first time very recently. Also,
yeah, I've been watching them one a night.
I've only seen 1 and 2. So
yeah, so we'll be doing that.
They're making a fifth one. I'm not sure.
They're supposed to be directing it.
Well, the latest I heard was Richard Donner was gonna direct it at 91. He was gonna do it, and then but he passed away. And now they're tapping Mel Gibson to possibly direct, and apparently it's going to go straight to HBO Max. It's not even going to be theatrical. So if they do it, so we'll see how that turns out. I don't know, but we'll see.
Is at least, I mean, it sounds like Gibson's back. Are they at least going to get Danny Glover back?
Danny Glover's supposed to be on board, so he's definitely going to be way too old for this shit. Even in the first one, he was only 42 years old. He was only 6 years older than I am. He said he's too old for this shit.
He's about 90 now, right?
I mean,
depending
on how they play it, they could do it as a crossover with the TV series and get Damon Wayans as
Sean Williams
son or something.
I mean, I actually liked Clayton Crawford in that, but
Danny Glover right now is 76 years old. So yeah, he's 76. So I mean, I'd imagine they're not going to be both active on the force anymore. They will both be retired, and I imagine they just get roped into something if they did it. You know what I mean? They get roped into something by somebody else. So they're not going to be active officers.
How old is Joe Pesci?
Joe Pesci?
Yeah.
He's old. I think he's closer to like 80 now or something. He's
they get him back.
I doubt he would be back, honestly, because he doesn't really work anymore. He was pretty much retired until they pulled him in for The Irishman. That was like an exception for Martin Scorsese because he said he's pretty much done.
Yeah, Joe Pesci thought he was out, then they dragged him back in again.
Yep. Yeah. Right. If you hear how many times Martin Scorsese had to show up at Joe Pesci's doorstep and ask
to try to get him in the movie.
I think it was like 8 times or something crazy like that. Like he kept showing up there. He's like, "We're gonna get you."
So I don't think he's gonna do another Lethal Weapon movie just because at 79 years old. So I don't think it's gonna happen. Yeah, no, I wouldn't expect Leo Getz to be in the movie. Yeah, he's 79.
I mean, if there's a reason for him to be in the movie, he probably would. But that being said, we are still alive.
Yeah, Martin Scorsese showed up at my doorstep. I would give you anything you want. I'd give you my left nut if you showed up at my doorstep. Come on. It's like anything you want. Come on. Right?
So, anyways, back to my original point. We'll be ranking Lethal Weapon movies tomorrow, me and Henry. And then, so it'll be an interesting discussion because we had each never seen them. So we'll see, how we thought of them. And then I believe Thursday night, Jacob Barber and I are going to do, we'll go live with another podcast about movies. We'll talk about unsung sequels, just sequels that don't get talked about enough. That's all. So not your Terminator 2s, not your Godfather 2s, nothing like that. Those have been talked to death. Just movies, sequels we think deserve a little more love. That's all.
So set up the mask.
No.
Caddyshack
right.
Yeah, Caddyshack 2.
But for me, you can find me and all the info for the channel and all the social medias at Movie Hero 2121. I recently earlier this week posted the upcoming schedule for tier ranker fights and tournament fights. It's posted on my personal Facebook page as well as the Schwinn Friends and Family group. So if you want to see what we have coming up, you can see it there. Or if you want to be on an episode, you can hit me up and you can let me know, because it's an open call for guests, because this show thrives on having good guests. So yeah, just hit me up and let me know. And then you can find the poll with our Elite 8 that you can vote on tomorrow over in the Schwinn Friends and Family group. And then the Sweet 16 will that you saw tonight will advance into the championship round in April is when that's going to be. And then just a couple episodes that we have coming up. We will be doing on Friday. We'll be doing our next episode in our Best Picture series. So we'll be doing 2003 to 2012, and then the next week we'll be doing our comedy championship. So that'll be our top 10 from every single decade that we did for tier ranker fights. We did an episode for each decade. Then we'll also have best sitcoms of the 2000s coming up, so soon. And then we also have best comic book movies set in a larger universe. So it'll be like all your MCU, your DC, your X-Men, all that stuff. So we'll have that coming up. And then we're also doing Jordan Owens top 64 on March 4th. So that was mentioned earlier. And then we also have part 2 of our One Crazy Night movie series coming up on Tuesday, March 8th. So that's a little preview of some stuff coming up, but that's pretty much where you can find us. And also, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, definitely hit the subscribe button when doing a big push to try to get more subscribers for the channel. It really, really helps out when you do that, and we really appreciate it. So, but I think that will do it for us for tonight. So thank you again to all my guests, and for Richie, for Steven, for Malcolm, for Austin, I've been Jordan Movie Hero Anderson, and we will see you next time.